Welcome back to Roll Your Damage. Oh my god. Hi everybody, welcome back. So, last time we left off, everyone had been introduced to a strange new world after a tear in the universe ripped them from the world they were from and thrust them into the unknown. And before they knew it, they ventured upon a strange, gnome-like creature that seemed to have been taking up camp outside of the city that they were nearest to. Upon interjection with this gnome, they found that their powers were inoperable in this strange new world. They were incapable of using their magic without aid from a strange material known as Ethereum that they had come across on their entrance to this strange world. Once they had met their friend and started heading towards the city, a cavalcade of people began to take notice of a what would you call it? I should have this prepared. A cart holding what seems to be a prince of some nature, moving into the city, and an announcement that there would be a new city to be created not too far away to the west. Upon this information, everyone began to talk of heading towards the center of the city to the city hall, at which they can find more information on this subject. So, everybody, what are you doing?
Well, all of you definitely need Ethereum if you're going to survive in this world, so I say we head straight for City Hall then.
Hey Kyron, can you show me how to use that damn Ethereum thing?
You got your own already?
I do. I have them.
He already showed you how to use it beforehand.
He
I
did
showed
not.
this man here.
Oh, that's right. You were
He
blind.
showed Teddy.
Teddy.
Ted?
Theodore.
Theodore. Charles Albert.
Alright then.
Peasant.
Well, to use Ethereum, all you got to do is hold it, as long as it's pressing against your body in some way. Just grip it, think of the spell you want to use, and imagine the rock itself infusing into your own being. And before you know it, you've got magic.
So I just hold it and imagine it's fusing with me.
Basically, yes.
Okay. Thank you for that valuable knowledge.
Just be wary of how much you use, though. It's sometimes it can be hard to come back.
And how long does one crystal give me in magic use time?
One crystal is one spell.
Wow.
It varies in power depending on the spell you use, but that's the basics.
What a ripoff.
Hey, don't look at me.
Alright, to City Hall then. Let's go.
Alright. Cool. Alright, so you start heading towards the tower in the middle of the merchant district. On your travels so far, this city is kind of alien to you, and the structures that you see are very strangely put together, almost like they didn't care what they were doing. The architecture is very iffy.
Are we?
That's the right word for it.
We're outside the Emerald Isle, right?
Oh yeah,
The
you're
Emerald Isle.
within the Arum district,
Okay.
which is the merchant district, which is basically wrapped around the Emerald district in a way, but only halfway. Like if there was a circle, it's a half circle.
The architecture here is shit, guys. Look at this. It looks like it was made by dogs. What the hell are these people doing?
Aren't you sort of
Some pretty
from
impressive
here,
dogs.
this land?
Not at all. Well, the continent, of course. I'm far south. I'm down from Noctera.
You've never seen anything like this before.
I've never been up this far north in my life.
Nothing like back gnome.
Don't do a lot of traveling.
Yes, more gnome jokes.
I only began traveling this year. It's been mainly to the south. As I said, this is the furthest I've been up here.
Yeah, I've never traveled this far north either.
I thought you were from another continent.
Still valid.
Still haven't filled this square mark here.
Now look what happened. She came out of the water and immediately zaps to your plane of existence.
Alright. So, you're all heading towards the main
Yes.
city hall? Okay. You start walking up to this strange red tower, and as you do, you see a line of people forming out of the building. It seems the building is maybe capable of holding 30 people at a time at the base floor at least. And the people that seem to be going in don't seem to be coming back out right away before more people just shuffle in.
How large is the line?
It seems to be wrapping around a few of the stalls, and then make a perception check for me.
I'll just do, actually. That's probably not gonna do it.
What's on the die?
5. Plus 7, so it's like,
Oh, okay. It's actually just enough.
oh, cool.
So you can see just past one of the stalls that you're currently standing at, the line seems to wrap around and then go all the way behind the tower itself.
How fast is the line moving?
It's maybe a person every minute seems to go in.
I'm gonna walk up to the nearest person in line and ask him a question then.
I'll follow the gnome.
All right. You see a strange old lady with a garb that seems to be more made of black silk, and it's all cut up in certain areas. And she looks at you. How can I help you?
Yes, I'm just wondering what
Ma'am.
gilded ma'am, if you may. What's everyone waiting in line for here at the city hall?
Well, didn't you hear the announcement?
Well, of course, but that doesn't exactly answer my question.
There's a new town being formed. I'm here to get some gold.
Ah, so everyone's signing up to be part of the mining foundations.
Well, and you got nothing else to do in this town. What you do?
Isn't it a capital? What do you mean nothing else to do?
Well, Ethereum's starting to run dry over in the river. So might as well hit you to the next town that's going to start actually producing. I was fired about 3 years ago, and I've been just living off of what I could. So, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Well, thank you for your time. I'll relay the information, see if we might be able to join the foundation as well.
Doing here.
I assume we're trying to go for mine as well. We need Ethereum, don't we?
Well,
I want to work in
Aren't you a wizard?
No. Wizard.
well, it looks
Oh, that's
like
right. You're the
everyone's.
naked guy.
Well, it looks like everyone's signing up to be part of the mining power for this next town. So I suppose the choice is if we want to sign up ourselves or run to the location and see if we can snatch some for ourselves before
I was
moving
thinking
on.
we go to the location ourselves.
I agree.
See what we can do.
Alright. You there, gilded ma'am.
Yeah?
Do you know the location of this mining town?
Not really. It's why I'm in line.
All right then. Do you know anyone who might know aside from the people inside?
What about the
Really?
people leaving?
I suppose we could ask the people.
Doesn't look like there's anyone leaving.
I thought there were people leaving.
From what you could tell, people were entering, but no one was leaving.
Oh.
Mm.
Suspicious. They're all dying in there. Just kidding.
Huh?
Maybe we
don't know.
should go inside though.
I don't see another option. We may just have to wait out the time here.
Should we get in line then?
I'm getting in line. I don't know
I'm
about
getting
the
in
rest
line
of
before
All right.
you. Oh, all right then. I don't like you.
Guess we're all getting in line then.
All right. So you walk around to the other side of the line where the actual end is, and you see people starting to crowd in. about maybe 60 feet from it, but there's a few people that are gaining on the line, trying to get there as fast as they possibly can.
I'm speed walking even faster to get in front of them.
Move those buns.
All right.
We all move our buns.
Roll initiative.
There's a lady that
Roll bun.
seems to be rushing and looks at you and just starts rushing faster.
Like,
Holding her
I'm
purse to
running
her
now.
chest as she starts booking it.
I'm gonna sprint.
I'm running
All right.
to get in front of her.
Go ahead and make a contested strength check for me.
Oh my god. 8 plus what?
What does it mean if it's contested?
It just goes against my roll.
Oh.
She is a lady.
Alright, Theodore, I have a plan.
What was it?
We're going to use your.
Strength check.
We need to use your royal.
So your basic modifier.
I guess talking skills
It's
to
an 8.
force our way through.
I thought you hated royals.
I do, but
10.
we have a common interest here.
Against a 15. You rushing towards it, the line. This lady looks at you and just shoulder checks you out of the way as you're
All right.
looking it towards it.
Can I do a perception
Excuse
check
me,
on? Can I do a perception check? I'm looking for the beefiest, strongest looking person in the area.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Are you gonna intimidate them?
Use their body.
Oh, this might fail.
No.
What's your basic perception check?
Yeah, what's
Two.
your passive?
I got 5.
What's your passive?
That's that passive is
passive.
2.
Yeah, your passive would be
Your
one
passive is
over.
12.
Oh.
If your modifier is 2, your passive is 12.
Oh.
Okay, oops. Bam.
So,
Passive perception is 12.
Okay, 12 plus 3. So.
gazing upon the crowd in front of you, you see a few huge-looking humanoids that are in line with a few robes over their form. Seem to be kind of trying to hide themselves away. Not trying to make a scene or anything, but they are very brutish-looking in nature.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk up to the biggest one and cast suggestion real quick.
Oh boy.
Tell them to beat up that.
Are you trying to stealthily cast this?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Come
Oh,
on.
thank God I got bonuses on stealth. Ooh. Plus 4, so 15.
15? Okay. You feel like it's gonna be pretty hidden. So
Okay.
you're casting. What do you say?
All right, I'm gonna look at him and kind of whisper like, "What's your name again?" Yours.
Theodore Charles Albert.
My good friend, this is the Royal Theodore Charles Albert. We are trying to get inside to talk about the mining initiative
As
going
soon
on.
as you start talking to him, you see the face of a very large dragonborn-looking guy with 4 arms, and he's just holding his cloak to himself. Why do I care about a royal?
Well, that's what I'm coming to. All I need is for you to escort us inside, however you please. We just need to be in. He just needs to be inside.
What are you asking me about?
That was supposed to work.
You got this.
I'm not exactly working for him, not yet.
Oh,
I'm just in line to get more information about it. What do you want?
Suggest that we
I need you to escort us inside.
Oh. Okay.
All right, let's go. You lead the way then. We just need you to get us through this mob of people.
You see him, like, acknowledge that something's definitely amiss with his way of thinking and just goes, alright.
Yes. All right.
There's a bit of a fuss right behind him from an old lady.
Excuse me! You can't just cut in line.
And he just, yeah, you're fine. It's fine.
I'm walking confidently in line with you guys.
All right, we're just walking through. He's pushing everyone else away.
You see the old lady just kind of,
I look back at the lady that pushed me and I'm like, just walk into the building.
As I pass by, I'm just gonna at the old lady.
Jeez!
What exactly continental family are you from?
My taxes pay your salary. You don't need work.
That doesn't exist here, first of all.
I know that, but that's my
If it's
Royal from Texas.
if it helps, if you ever need to remember something, you can ask me.
Oh, okay.
If they ask anything, just say it's
Then I will.
When it comes to like your
If
guys'
they ask
office,
anything, just say it's a royal peacemaking initiative to assist in the mining operations of this town. So we'll act as under your employ.
We are under.
You are.
We
I'm
are
not.
employed.
Oh,
Kind
you.
of.
But Sam,
Yes, that's
seems
right.
like I've known you forever.
Anyway,
This whole plan
All right.
hinges on the idea that we can.
so a few minutes pass as you're waiting in line behind the big lizard man. The line seems to move every minute or so, gradually, and you're almost to the front of the line before a strange-looking elf walks out from the doorway and just kind of starts shouting at everybody. You're wasting your time. There's nothing to be found there. They're just keeping us riled up just so that we think there's going to be a city to go to. Believe me when I say, get out of line, save yourself the time. Alright.
My friend, what exactly is the name of this location?
We don't have one yet. The city hasn't been made.
Do you know where it is? We need more information if we're going to
Well,
assign
If you really
into
want to know everything they want to tell you, just go in. But I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. There's nothing there.
You know, I would say that too.
Well then, what are you doing in line?
no, just hanging out, looking at the blue sky.
Right.
Nice night out, day out.
Weird. Yes, it is alright, but not for them. I promise you that. Nah. I'll be on my way.
Enjoy yourself.
Promise you, you're wasting your time. He starts walking away. You kind of like, roll a perception check for me real quick, since you're the one interjecting.
Fuck, I'm just gonna do passive, 17.
Okay. You see him slightly gaze back, almost like he's checking up on everything as he's walking away.
That man was odd.
very.
Did you see him glance back at us?
Yes, I did.
He could be bluffing.
That's what I was thinking.
We should follow him.
I think someone should.
As long as we can get the location of this area,
Who wants
we'll be
to?
good to go.
We all should assign one of these.
Who's the stealthiest here?
I'm sorry, I have
You
to
can
stealth.
go.
I'm pretty stealthy. Oxy
Okay.
And I can turn into these things sometimes.
So, yeah, he's a man for
Hmm.
stealth.
Should be interested in following that strange man.
Yeah.
We're useless without Ethereum. We need more.
I'm gonna
information.
grab my Ethereum in my pocket and clutch it, close my eyes stealthily.
Alright, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Stealthily close your eyes.
Nobody can tell I'm closing my eyes.
You're gonna end up just cronking everywhere.
I'm gonna walk up to you and be
18.
like, "Snake
18?
boy."
Snake boy.
Okay. You feel pretty confident that no one's noticing you attempt to use magic, so go ahead and roll an Arcana check since this is your first attempt at using Ethereum.
Hey,
Hey, natural 19.
Natural 19? Alright.
+3.
Being accustomed to magic as it is from where you're from, it almost feels like the natural process of how mana used to flow through you in the original realm you're from, as the Ethereum seems to crumble into dust and cascade itself into your body. So, what are you casting?
I'm going to use Wild Shape and turn myself into
Into?
Snake boy.
Snake boy.
Can I have everybody speak up a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Good thing. A cat.
A cat?
Kit Kat.
All right. So, how are you stealthily doing that?
I'm hiding behind my friends.
In a line?
Well, they're in the line, and I'm kind of in the middle of them, and I'm just
Everyone form a circle. Big man, cover up my friend here.
You don't know what's going on.
He's just gonna
Well,
shrink down.
I kind of just like just shrink down into a cat.
Okay.
And hope nobody notices.
I'll allow it. So you're like going behind a friend, and just as you're getting behind
Yep.
you, just shrink.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You feel that no one's noticed you turn into a cat.
Mm-hmm. And then I walk, and I'm like walking along the people and like kind of through some of their legs.
Okay. Make an agility check.
Agility check.
Ah, cat!
Step on it.
Kick him.
That's what happened to Flack.
Just kidding. Okay. I don't know what an agility check is for a
Oh,
cat.
sorry. Acrobatics check.
or athletics.
Acrobatics.
Is it gonna be with cat stats?
That's a good point.
Because
You got your cat stats up?
I have it up, but I have the cat stats, but there's no
Acrobatics.
Stacks off of dex.
Yeah, it's just dex. Your dex
Oh,
modifier.
So you get a
Oh,
plus
yeah.
2 on it.
15 plus 2. Okay.
You'd think a cat would have better dex.
Kidding.
Ooh.
Depends on the type.
16. My
16?
dexterity.
Okay. At a very natural ease, you just course on through the legs of the people, making sure you don't get stepped on. And as you get to the, you're going where?
Into the building.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought,
you're going in the
I
building.
thought you
He
were
was
following
following
the
that guy.
dude.
He
What?
walked out
Didn't
of
he
the
go
building.
back? Oh, he walked out.
Yeah, he was walking out of the building. He's the
Oh,
first
yes,
person
not
you've seen
towards
leave
the
the actual building.
But I was under the impression that he was bluffing, that there was nothing to learn in there.
Right, but
That's why we're
staying
still in line.
though.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
staying
okay.
in line.
Cool.
We're
I'm
still
gonna.
here to follow.
Okay, this is out of game.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a cat. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
All right.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Make sure none of those crazy
So,
cats that are walking
you watch as he starts to wander through the stalls that seem to be now vacant, with all of the merchants now wandering into the building. One of the carts that's just sitting there, he seems to just disappear into. Go ahead and roll a perception. As it's been a moment, he's a little bit ahead of you, so it's hard to see what exactly you're noticing.
Ooh,
I should smell.
oh, shit.
That's part of perception.
That's a 5. Solid 5. Oof.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot to go off of. He seems to have just vanished into the cart, but you can run up to the cart.
And it's a mobile cart.
It is a
Has
mobile
wheels?
cart, but it's on stilts at the moment. Like, it's been demobilized so that it can be used as a shop's cart.
Okay. Windows.
The windows are currently shut, as the merchant, whoever was there, just went into the building.
I'm gonna hop up on top of the cart.
Oh, okay. Easily done.
He's
Is
a
there
cat.
Is there any opening on top of the cart?
It seems to be mostly made of cottonish material on top of the cart, stranded around a bunch of wooden beams. So
Okay.
there's not really an opening, but you could probably tear one open.
And on top of the cart, if I were to lean over the side of the cart where the door is, the door's shut, right? In the cart.
The door is shut, yeah.
How far down is the door?
From the top of the cart,
Yeah,
like a foot.
like a foot. Okay.
It's not a very big cart.
Well, as a cat, I'd imagine I have good hearing, but it says keen smell, so
Keen
okay.
sense of smell, yeah. So you got advantage on perception checks that are specifically about smell.
Okay. I'm going to, as quietly as I can. Well, actually, I don't really care about quietness. I'm just going to scrape away a piece of the cottony
Okay, so you just
material from the
scrape a
top.
piece off.
Yep.
All right. All right. No
And
need to
get
do
back.
checks for that. Immediately after doing that, you look in and you see the same elfin man currently sitting down at the base of the cart, twiddling his thumbs and looking at some strange material in his hands.
Could I do a perception check? Or an investigation, maybe, on what the material is?
It'd be perception. You can't actually mess with it, so you can't do any investigating.
Cool. That's 11.
11?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be cloth from clothing he's not currently wearing. It doesn't seem to match any of the attire he currently has on.
Can I smell it? From here?
Yeah, you can smell him, but
Oh, okay.
the cloth itself doesn't seem to be,
Carrying
yeah,
scent. Okay.
there's no scent coming from the cloth that you can tell, at least.
Can I hear them talking? Or are they talking yet?
Well, there's no one else in there. He's
Oh, I
just
thought you said
twiddling his thumbs.
Elf and man. Oh, okay.
Elfman.
Elfin man.
I'm going to, I'm gonna hiss.
You're gonna hiss?
Yeah, through the hole in his noise.
You see him immediately. Oh my dear! It's just a cat. Oh, fuck, they're doing that again. He just pushes off on the actual cotton, and you go flying. As the cotton was like bending in, so when you did that, or when he did that, you went flying off of it. So go ahead and make an acrobatics check, see if you land your landing.
18.
18. Okay, yeah. You're a cat.
Land on my
We're rolling
feet.
good.
Yeah.
Rolling alright.
Just don't waste all those good rules.
True. No wasting. It's gonna be like that the whole time.
Alright. Yeah, he seems to just be twiddling his thumbs in there.
With a piece of cloth, though, and I noticed the cloth.
Yeah.
And that's it. There wasn't anything inside of the cloth that I noticed.
No,
Or-
and within the cart itself, there seemed to be some fruit lying around and a few baskets of some materials. It could
Okay.
have been possibly the same material as the cloth, but you didn't really check on it. You're more focused on him.
Is there room behind the cart for me to like hide?
For you to hide.
Mm-hmm. Like, say I were a person, could I hide behind the cart?
Well, it's kind of right at the end, like the end of the merchant aisle. So there's kind of just a street behind that cart.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back behind it. Well, at the end of the aisle. I'm just gonna walk around the cart
Okay.
and just turn back into myself.
Oh, okay. Like you're trying to do it where you're like between the cart and another.
Yeah, somewhere where nobody can see me.
Okay. Easily done. Go ahead and roll a self check.
19.
Excellent.
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty well hidden, you believe. You turn back into your normal form.
Awesome. I'm gonna walk up to the cart
Alright.
and I'm gonna knock on the door.
Hello?
You hurt my cat.
I'm sorry. It was attacking the car.
Come out here.
Alright. He opens up the door and sees you and goes, weren't you in line? Did you not interested or something?
No. What business do you have hurting my cat?
It was on my car. He was tearing a hole in the damn thing.
Cats will be cats.
Yeah. And if he's attacking my property, I have a right, you know.
What have you got there?
What, this?
Yes. What is that?
Piece of cloth. Well,
From
mine
where?
too.
Is that why you hurt my cat?
What? Oh,
You
it's not
just
the
carry
from the
cloth
car.
around and hurt cats. Just throw my cat right off the roof of the
He
cart.
was attacking my cart.
Why would a cat attack a cart?
I don't know. Ask your cat.
How am I
Little
gonna
menace.
ask my cat? Do you think I can speak with cats?
Maybe. You seem crazy.
You seem like you're hiding something.
What? I just threw your cat off my cart. I'm so sorry.
Give me that cloth.
Why?
Give it to me now as payment for hurting my cat.
You know what? If it'll make you leave, then sure. Here you go. Now get out of here.
Also, what do you know about this new town business?
I just told you. It's all a waste of time.
Me?
Yeah, you and all the other lot that were standing in line. I saw you there.
You're wrong.
What?
I'm
Okay,
going.
maybe I didn't see you there. It's a waste of time.
How so?
There's nothing there. They're lying to us all, trying to just keep us going.
Nothing
keep us
where?
working.
Where is it? Nothing.
Where's the
There's nothing where.
And to the west of here, there's a lake and then there's a bit of forest, but there's no Ethereum mining.
How do you
They're
know?
lying to us.
How do you know such things?
Because I've been there. There's nothing there.
And
There's
you
no hole
searched.
in the walls. There's no mountains that can be entered right there. It's just hillside. That's all.
Did you search extensively?
No, but I camped there. I'm sure I would have seen something if there's an actual mine there.
Were there cats?
Okay, now you need to get the hell out of here before I start calling the guards.
Thanks for the cloth. And
Weirdos, I swear.
Ask him how many miles away it was.
how many miles before I go?
Oh my god, what do you want?
Where? How many miles west?
Ah, fucking hell. Maybe like 30 miles?
Be nicer to cats.
Okay! The cats better be nice to me, for God's sake.
Alright, I leave.
Alright. I mean, alright.
Bro, that was
Be
brilliant.
nicer to cats.
Alright, so while that's all happening, you guys are all beginning to enter the building. And who all here has seen Doctor Who? As you walk directly into the front door of this strange building, immediately you're in a crowd of people, just full to the brim. This place is massive inside of it, whereas the outside is just maybe 20 feet by 20 feet by 20 feet.
It's bigger on the inside, guys.
Don't say.
It's quite cold. I like it in here.
Peek my head out real quick.
Yeah,
Look around.
it's bigger on the inside. And the people immediately outside, they just immediately go, fucking fool it is.
Alright, we need to find David Tennant.
Are they using a spell to make it this big in here? And if so, how much Ethereum do they need to use to keep it this big?
That's a good question.
Quite good.
Most likely a lot.
Just saying.
We should send our cat.
Maybe this
see if he
town-
can find some Ethereum.
Maybe
Your
this
cat's
town.
currently being attacked.
Maybe this town isn't really running out of Ethereum. They're just keeping it from people.
It's possible. We have nothing to back that up, though.
This place is bigger on the inside. Something.
We could always send in the Royal.
Alright, so how's it looking on our time to actually talk to someone?
Well, go ahead and roll a perception check to see through the crowd. Because this is a massive crowd and you're small as hell.
13. Oh.
13,
Okay, so that's 17.
17? Alright. Anything above a 10 on a perception roll, you're doing good.
Or 1.
You do your best to just like peer between the people as you're just looking between people's ankles and their legs. And you see what looks to be maybe a front desk that seems to wrap around the center of the building. And there's maybe 5 people attending to people as they walk in, at least getting closer to the middle of it. The crowd is basically completely overtaken the entire building. It's hard to even walk around without running into someone at this point.
Alright. Is he still outside?
Yeah, he's currently still being attacked.
Yeah.
If you listen closely, you know.
Well, we have no way to communicate with him, so. What do you think we should do? Should we keep waiting?
Oh, no. Alright. Sorry.
Does everyone have a preference? Seems like it might take a while to learn anything from here.
Is
it still like, can I tell that it's still like a line, or is it just like?
At this point, when you're in the building, it is just a massive crowd.
Can I see the front? Like how tall I am?
Yeah, not too hard. looking past everybody, it's maybe 30 feet from you.
I'm gonna grab Theodore and just like start making my way that way and like trying to tuck him with me.
Towards.
Yes.
Are you talking about the middle? Because that's what I was talking about.
Yes. Wherever the people are that I want to talk
Yeah.
to.
You may attempt.
I'm attempting.
All right. I mean, you've worked as a security guard. You know what it's like to maneuver through crowds.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll in. Shoot. Did you make that athletics or acrobatics? I'd say acrobatics. It's people weaving.
Underwater.
It's also people pushing.
Underwater basket weaving.
I mean, it's not exactly a
Underwater basket weaving.
I mean,
you ever
it
gone
is.
through a crowd?
Yeah, go to Comic Con.
If you're pushing through things, it's definitely a strength thing.
Yeah.
If you want to start pushing through, if you want to do it that way instead of maneuvering around them, then it'll be a different check. But I just figured you were trying to maneuver around them.
I have a goal in mind and nothing's stopping me.
Okay, all right. So go ahead and roll a strength check or a athletics check. 17. This bulldozer of a halfling is just pushing her way through people, and each time they just
As I'm doing this, I'm smiling at them and like, sorry,
And like punching a couple in the nuts.
not punches.
Just kidding.
a little kid steps out and looks at you and goes,
Hey, you're supposed to wait in line. Like everyone else.
We are.
No, you're not. You're just pushing all through. I see you. They might not because they're big and adults, but I could see you.
All right.
Well,
That's
got
not
Well,
fair.
then come with us. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Uh,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to get the big man to intimidate the kid.
you immediately
This
see
shit.
the giant,
Grab him and like.
the giant lizard man just look over and say,
I'm gonna hold
As
out
the
my
kid
hand
reacts.
and like, grab him to keep walking.
okay. Kid hasn't taken notice of the lizard man at the moment.
Oh my god.
Can I be following behind them in the trail?
All right. Big lizard man. Put me on your shoulders and follow them through the crowd.
Charge!
What spell did you use?
Suggestion.
You already used your suggestion.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Well, it's an escort thing though for him. So.
Where am I in between this? Are you just gonna like pull me
I
along?
like have a hold of you, and I have the kid on the other side of me now. Apparently.
Okay, so I'm gonna like snap my fingers and use my cantrip thaumaturgy.
Okay. Are you using an Ethereum to do this?
Huh?
Are you using a piece of Ethereum?
Does cantrips have
And
to?
a spell.
Sure, then I'm gonna use some Ethereum to do it. What is it? Arcana?
You've already done it once, right?
Yeah.
Then you don't have to do it again. You already learned how to do
I think I failed it, didn't I?
it. Did you?
I
thought
was
I
the one
failed
that passed.
Yeah.
Oh, then yes. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check to see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
I did show him how to use Ethereum earlier on.
Yes, but
Yeah,
yes,
he's the one that
passive
he didn't do it right.
Okay, that's 18.
18. All right. Figuring out that the intricacies is not exactly as you thought they were before. You realize, oh, this is how you do it. You focus on it and you feel the energy start to course through you as the crystal starts to crumble in your hands and become dust and seems to almost merge within you.
Okay.
We're gonna get cancer.
I hope this works. So, how far are we away from the desk?
You're about maybe 15 feet at this point.
Okay, so right in between like that where we're standing and that 15 to like 15 foot mark, I'm gonna make my thaumaturgy have like ominous whispers that are saying, "Oh my God, that's the Royal Theodore! That's the Royal Theodore! Get out of the way!"
His royal slayers.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. I would normally go with deception
This is
for
so
that,
creative.
but it's true.
I love it. It's so
Oh, I like this thing. What was it again? Persuasion?
Is there any way I can like assist that?
No. because it's specifically done through a spell. Unless you're gonna start whispering, and
Just
that feels deceptive though, because you would be lying if you don't know him in a sense.
I have.
Okay.
I'm holding on to
15.
him.
15.
15.
Okay. It seems people have taken notice and started going, who's that? What?
It's kind of starting to like spread a little bit.
Yeah. It's intermediately like every few other people seems to take notice and go, fuck, who's that? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I need to back up.
It's the Scorpion.
So about right now, you're now reaching the front desk, and at this point, you would have probably were you heading back this direction? Yes. All right. You would have probably seen that your friends are now inside the building, and the line is very long.
Should have stayed. I'm just gonna chill outside
Okay.
with my back up against it.
This is when the plan goes into effect.
Fair enough.
My arms
Use
crossed.
your royal anger to negotiate.
Naked.
My royal anger?
Basically, just
I'm gonna
say
persuade.
you're.
Are you saying this out loud to him right now?
No, this is out of game.
This is out of game.
Better be out of
This
game.
was part of the conversation we had before we went in.
Yeah, so he knows the plan.
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah,
It's
of
using
course.
To be fair.
Metagaming.
To be fair.
Alright, so you're just now getting to the front desk, and you notice one of the clerks kind of diverts her attention from the old man she was helping. Sorry. I'm hearing rumors you're some kind of royal?
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Theodore Charles Albert.
Never heard of you.
Of course you wouldn't have.
Where are you from?
I'm from Thakran. I'm a royal from Thakran. Now I'm here to discuss with your highest authority about investment opportunities in your town, because it seems to be in quite dire straits.
I'm sorry. I've never heard of Thakran, and it means nothing to the people of this land. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Someone with money who's willing to invest to help your town grow. So will you?
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
That's not deception.
It is, because he's not actually willing. Are you?
Huh?
Are you willing to help the economy grow?
Oh God, no.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
This is just an opportunity.
Okay, I thought that was one.
Yeah, that would suck. So, 14.
14. Yeah. I see. If you don't mind, let me deal with this man here, and then I'll go get. I'll get good someone.
Beautiful. Remember, this is an opportunity for both you and I, so there has to be some kind of.
Well, I mean, sure.
Well, I hear word of a new mining town.
Yes, it was just announced. We were just informed that to the west, about 30, 40 miles away, there's going to be a new mining town. Apparently there's a cave that was just discovered, and they're planning on, starting up a town just specifically to start mining more Ethereum. Apparently there's been a great discovery.
Oh, lovely. I appreciate the lack of a reprimand. I know we kind of made our way through here.
Right. You said royal, though, so
Of course.
do what you got to do.
Anyway, take your time, and we will be just right here.
Right, thank you. See the old man just kind of.
I'm gonna nudge the kid and be like, that's how it's done.
That's so cool. Are you guys rich? That's so cool.
So, like, very quickly.
Can I have some?
Only if they give me the wrong information.
All right. You watch as she starts to fiddle with some paperwork as she's talking to the man and hands him a piece of paper. And all right, fill that out, and we'll be in contact. And then she immediately turns around and goes into the center column that seems to go up towards the ceiling of this room. Possibly, maybe some kind of stairway or elevator. You're not exactly sure. As she disappears into the doorway, There's a bit of a rustling sound within before, and then there's nothing for a few minutes. During that time, what do you guys do?
Would we have recognized that sound?
From
Being as like where we came from, like would we
yeah,
recognize that?
go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
So I'm gonna gather everybody together while she's doing this.
Ooh, 18.
Ladies, gentlemen. No.
18. Unfortunately, you have
Yes.
no recollection of anything that seems like that sound ever happening from where you're from.
Support me. Whatever I sow here today, support me. We're here for information, nothing else.
This is a one-time thing. You get me?
Fine. That is your decision. And you, fair lass?
I have to. I work for you.
We're
Where
stranded
was this
together.
attitude earlier?
But it wasn't.
And you? You don't need to kill anyone. Nope.
to kill someone.
You don't need to kill anyone. No. We're trying to get home. Anyway, thank you for your support. Actually, you keep quiet.
All right.
So are the nobles? How do they act here in this town?
Much more things. There's a definite hierarchy between us and the lords. At least from what I've heard.
It's good information to know. A lot different than where I come from.
Yeah.
What else do you think of lower classes? Third world people.
Well, clearly you haven't met a real lord.
Maybe where you're from.
You watch as the door opens back up after a strange whirring noise, like hearing something whirring in a blender, and then all of a sudden the door opens up as you see her with her hair kind of wafting in wind, opens it and comes back out. Strangely enough, we just had a bit of a conversation with Prince Asker. He's right inside if you would like to come speak with him about your adventures here. And, perhaps, maybe we can find out more about this Thakrin country you said? You said Thakrin, right?
Yes.
Okay. Strange. Where's that at?
Many miles across the sea.
Oh. That's something I haven't heard before.
Thakrin is a continent far away from here, completely separate in its own from Dunbar.
Months on its own in a voyage.
Element.
Yes.
All right. Come, please.
Part of this is
She
peaceful
opens
relations.
up like you see the wooden structure that is the front desk. As she waves her hand, it literally just opens a gap between it. Come forward. Don't worry about it. Just come through and we'll talk this over.
I'm
How
assuming
many are there?
there's 4 of us.
There's one more of us
5 of us.
stuck waiting outside. If one of your friends could grab him, that would be.
What's he look like?
What do you look like?
What does he look like
Pretty
again?
rugged.
You do stand out.
I'm an elf, but I look pretty rugged,
He's a rugged elf standing up out the front, probably.
but beautiful.
Rugged elvish. He's a
Rugged
different form of elf than what you're used to. He doesn't have darker skin or anything like that.
I'm literally wearing tree
Is he also
bark.
from Thakrin?
Yes.
I see. All right, I'll send someone out who should probably stick out like a sore thumb if that's the case.
Yes, he would.
All
And
right.
also probably make your pal uncomfortable.
Luris.
Oh, what's your name again?
Luris. Luris.
Luris? His name is Luris.
Lewis. All right. I'll send someone out just a moment. Come.
Just call him Snake.
She turns around and immediately starts walking towards the door, opens it up, and now you actually can see into the room. It immediately leads outside, but you're not exactly sure where. You just see the sky at first, and then as you see her walk through, she walks through, but you lose sight of her immediately. Almost like she vanishes within the strange doorway itself.
Orc, will you please lead the way?
Absolutely.
Alright. Go ahead and roll a perception check. 15?
And passive.
Okay. Immediately as you walk through, it's almost like walking into a hurricane as the wind flushes around your body. And as you walk through the doorway, for a brief moment it feels like you're walking in the sky. For suddenly everything in your view collapses and you see a stone structure in front of you. And just this red stone that seems to encircle the room you're currently walking now into. As you look around, it's about the same size as what you imagined the actual structure of the city hall looked like from outside. And as you look around, you're astounded at the strange lack of a doorway that leads back out. And then all of a sudden, your friends just suddenly appear through the wall behind you, as you all experience the same exact thing. At this moment, you hear someone walking out and going, sorry, are you Lurus? As you see this half-elf-looking man with a dark complexion looking at you, and he's a little bit smaller than you, but he's kind of strangely like trying to get a feel of who you are.
And I just kind of do that back to him.
You Lurus? I was told to get a Lurus to go inside. Alright, follow me. We're just gonna pass the crowd. Mind. As you walk in, you see this massive crowd, this humongous building, and you take it all in for a moment, going, okay. As you start walking through the crowd, the people seem to immediately part as they see the darker perplexion elf as he is guiding you through. Almost like they all immediately recognize who he is and get out of his way. Alright, just head on through that doorway. Your friends are in there waiting with the prince. If you don't mind. Lurus, right?
Yes.
Where are you from? I've never seen an elf like you before.
Here and there. And I pat him on the shoulder. And I just walk.
Alright.
Just walk through.
Yes. Incredible. Alright. You see, he just kind of like stares at you as you walk through the door. You immediately feel the rush of wind, the strange amenity of walking through air before suddenly you're walking through a stone wall and you're inside of a 30 by 30 room.
In awe.
Yeah, and joined by all of your cohorts.
Hello, Snake Boy.
Currently, there's no one else in the room. Even the lady that was guiding you seems to not be here just yet. Before suddenly she walks through the other side, through another, what seems to be strange entrance, and she kind of goes, so the prince is on his way. A little hiccup, but if you don't mind, just take a seat. And immediately there's chairs that just lift from the ground and become stools around the room, just in random areas. We'll be right with you just about. She turns around and walks right back to the wall.
I'm not sitting down.
I found a piece of cloth.
Good for you.
Here. I hand it to Theodore.
Thank you. My breast pocket.
Aren't you going to look at it?
What do I see?
You see a brown piece of cloth with a stain of coffee maybe on it.
I will cherish it deeply. Thank you for your
Is
service.
this cloth not important?
It's a cloth, but further investigation is needed, I promise.
Oh, give me the cloth.
Sure.
I'm gonna investigate coffee stain.
Okay, roll an inspection check. With disadvantage, you have no idea what you
I
do.
mean, we're
I'm
waiting
just gonna use
anyway.
my passive both times then.
Can't do that.
Can't do that with investigation.
Oh, can I use a passive then? Roll?
No,
I've got a
just roll.
passive investigation
It's
right
a
here.
intelligence thing.
It's
not
yeah.
supposed to
Okay.
be. It's different.
Well, I'm assuming that means you lose.
Did you roll a 1?
No, it was a 9.
Oh, okay.
Plus 6, so 15.
15.
15 and
It's definitely coffee stained on what used to be a white cloth. Say hi.
This one requires skooma.
a Sinbon.
Was that cloth so important to this guy? Maybe not. Maybe
Could
not
she
that
test
important.
wares if you have
Gave it to me.
Just kind of
caffeine in this.
Yeah.
By all means, it's yours, my friend.
I'm good.
I'll keep it. I just like tucking it into some of the bark on my shoulder.
I'm gonna laugh to. Yeah, just saying, that wasn't coffee.
That's disgusting. Wait, what else could it be?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Gross.
You put it in your pocket.
And you smelled it.
I didn't smell it, I looked at it.
How would you know this?
Friends, I
Anyway,
know where.
You immediately see before you, walking through the wall, a strange lion-looking person with a very astute-looking cloak with fur that seems to wrap around it, almost like it looks like it's a part of him, but it seems to separate from him, and a cane on one hand, walking through. I was told you're a royal from some other country.
Theodore Charles Albert. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr.
We'll get to that. Where are you from?
Thackeray.
Never heard of such a place.
Of course you wouldn't. Far across the seas.
There's no such thing as continents across the sea.
How would you know?
Because we've sent voyages.
However, you look at my compatriots, and their strange colors, their strange races. How would you explain them? If you've never seen anything like that.
What is this? Some kind of trick? Magic?
You can check us if you like.
It's
You
just a
possess
different
the
colored
power.
elf in what may be some form of halfling.
I come from the sea and I can attest there are other continents.
How do you explain the merfolk then? She is
Very
obviously
strange.
not a
I've never heard of merfolk that wasn't, well, more mer.
Wouldn't you benefit from the possibility of foreign trade?
Well,
You are running the city, correct?
why would I, prince of a nation, rule for just one city?
Well, of course, that's implied. Yet you, at a port town, don't know of your surrounding far-off continents? It's quite strange, really.
You think I can come from this town?
Oh,
You really are for this.
as we've stated prior,
I'm prince of this entire country.
beautiful. And I am
Just this simple city. Now, why is it I should pay any mind to any of you?
Well, I'm an emissary looking for foreign trade. With my immediate neighbors that I now know are quite... What's the word?
well,
Rude. Stout and rude. Both of you are correct.
Normally I wouldn't even appear before someone before really getting to know exactly what you are and where you're from, but this was an extraordinary claim. Another country. Now that I'd like to see proof of.
The world is vast, my friend. If you have a 6-month voyage, then you can see it yourself.
What are you holding up?
A coin. A gold coin.
Why, it's forged coins. What is this? I'll give you one thing, it's
It's not
strange.
Our currency.
currency. I'm gonna snag it back.
You
touch me like that again, I'll have your head.
You understand she is royal and you do not want to get mixed up in foreign affairs. Understand? I'm here as an emissary of my own land.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, because you are telling the truth. Technically. There are some stretches to the truth, but you're not an emissary at the moment.
I'm my own royal emissary. Off on my own trade deals.
He's independent.
What was it again?
Represents the entire nation.
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuade.
Ooh, 19 plus 9. I stack everything into charisma.
19 plus 9.
Perhaps we're on the wrong foot.
Everything's included in charisma.
We
So-
should discuss further relations.
Beautiful. Now your name, sir. One royal to another.
No. This is strange, because the fact that you don't even know it is astounding.
This absurd to me too.
You didn't know our names. You still don't know my name.
My love. I find it strange that neither of our nations have met yet. I blame my father and my father's father. I'm sure you're the same. It rests in none of our hands.
Can you explain real quick, before I divulge any information, from what direction are you from?
East.
Why do you need someone to tell you that?
As he immediately scorns his eyes towards you.
You there. What do you know
Of Thackeray?
of Thackeray, of their relations here? What is it?
Well, from what I understand, it's unknown between the two countries for any sort of
He is my navigator. We get mixed up in currents all the time. You should know that from the eastern seas.
Well, if you're bluffing, it was a smart bluff. If you'd said from the west, I would have immediately thrown you into the gallows.
I'm glad that we've met our. I'm glad that you rule with such a fierce hand, sir. I would not wish any harm upon your nation.
Yes, I suppose. No, I am a busy man.
Of course.
There are many things I need to, well, discuss with you in further relations. But first, I need to know, what is exactly that you plan to gain from relations with our...
Well, what do I not have to gain? After all, what do you not have to gain? We know nothing of each other's exchange and trade and unique cultures and items of value. All we are here for is information.
What kind of resources can you divulge?
Well, of course, your Ethereum and your coals and other precious metals and works. It's mainly cultural. I want to know who my neighbor is.
Go ahead and roll a deception check. Walking a fine line right there.
Oh, yeah. 18.
He's still rolling.
Really well done.
Jeez, Bill.
Interesting.
Theodore.
Do you have any larger, rarities? Perhaps something that you haven't found on your travels here. By the way, where is your guard? Why is
We are the entourage.
This entourage with you.
Do not, believe me, do not underestimate them. We do well to blend in with whatever we can to avoid any hostilities from bandits and thieves, you would know.
I do much more than you as well.
all right? I'll take your word for it, I suppose. Right. So,
If we've
I need
got
to tell
no,
my father about all of this.
Please do. I'd like to
Quite
speak to him as well, if you are willing, of course.
Right.
if I may, if we have all the necessities out of the way, may you, your majesty, please introduce yourself.
Oh, we barely even started with the negotiations of any type of a relationship, sir. Please.
Well, that's the funny thing. Well, the name's Theodore.
Theodore Charles Albert.
No, just Theodore. It's strange, really. It's very strange.
A royal with no last name.
I have a last name, mind you. How do you not know my last name? You're in Thursley Island, are you not?
We've told you we navigated here from the east. We've just arrived.
So you touched down here in Inca.
No, a few miles south.
Okay. Just a random harbor, no dock.
There's only 5 of us.
Where's your boat?
It's quite south. I reckon probably 30 miles south of here.
30 miles. Over where we're making the city.
Come again?
Well, southwest.
Well, we need permits and whatnot to park in your dock. And from what I understand, this kind of currency, and if the better coin, is probably not the first thing to be accepted the minute that you step on dock at someone's city.
No, I'm surprised you'd bring that out if you didn't get hung.
Of course.
I'm happy about that, mind you. My father will have a lot to speak to you about, especially if you have a different kind of currency.
Of course.
Over here in, Nunvak, there is only one currency.
Mm-hmm. Understand our surprise as well. We thought we were the only nation in the world.
It's very strange.
Quite.
I've been hearing a lot of stories from north of explosions. Any idea what that might be?
I have no idea what your north of anything is. This is my first touchdown on a continent.
You
What
see
is
him
up north?
squint his eye a little bit. You really aren't from here, are you?
Of course not. You said so from the very beginning.
Interesting.
Are you at conflict with someone?
Conflict is one word. You know how it is. How many countries are where you're from?
7, 8. Everyone with their own borders and their own petty disputes.
Exactly. So you understand.
Of course. Not
There's
born in my
always
side.
disputes, but here we have a rule. No one is to escalate, be it for everyone's sake.
Their own civil disputes, you mean?
There's civil disputes, but any escalation towards war and there's a deterrent for us. Have you ever heard the Dragon of the South?
No, I cannot say I have.
Right.
Dangerous, I assume.
What do you know of our gods?
Well, they would be significantly different than ours, at least by name.
If I remember right, a local, after we docked, told us there were 6 of them.
6 gods?
From what I remember.
I see. And their names?
Daedrin, Laudica. None of this is ringing any bells.
No, of course not.
Sorry, this is just very strange.
I come to you as an authentic emissary. I know nothing of your lands. All I seek is peace. Peace and some kind of negotiations. Any type of a relationship. That's all. You have my word.
Well, if you're seeking to be emissary, my best, well, I may be a prince, but as it goes in my family, throughout Throsley, any of my kind are seen as princes, as long as we're not, do you have any of my folk where you're from? Us,
I cannot say that I recognize your race at all.
That's peculiar. So any of my kind within the realms of Thosleon currently are seen as royal. We are of a nature to breed very vastly, but very carefully. So any of our kind, we rule over this specific country, but to the north you will see more of a human-like royals. And to the south, it's a little ambiguous. But if you're looking for relations with the country or the continent, I'd recommend going through all of the local emissaries.
Is there one such site here?
I go staring at this, honestly.
Of course. Forgive my stupidity.
It's fine. Have you got a map?
Sadly not. We wandered into this town.
Wanda, would you mind going and fetching a map for these folk?
Thank you, ma'am.
And she kind of like panics a little. Right. She books it out the way that you guys immediately came in, past you all.
She knows her service, that woman.
So there's 4 countries. We have, firstly, Gandrax, Lithonia, and well, Lockvania. More of a collection of city-states, Lockvania. But no, you are currently in Thursday.
Hence, there's probably issues in that collection of city-states. From your laughter.
Well, they do worship Levius, god of chaos.
Oh.
So, anyone from Lithonia, they worship the god of order, Mobius. It's very strict relations between those 2 countries, if you put it that way.
The theologies are quite different.
Yes, yes. Here in Thursday, we specifically worship, well, Nedrick and Lonica. God of knowledge and God of love.
I see.
To the north, you'll see Mobius. Sorry, not Mobius. To the south. You have. What is it that they do? Oh, Wanda's gone. Sorry. They have. They have Daedrin, and they have one other. Sorry, I have a hard time. It's not my thing.
Human realm, I'm assuming.
Yes, very. The 6 gods of our realm are very standoffish after the Great War. What do you know of the war?
I know nothing.
The
Enlighten me.
when did Ethereum come to flourishing for you?
Well, hundreds of years ago, I believe, from the textbooks.
Hundreds?
Maybe
Not
thousands. I'm a little iffy on this session.
Thousands.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
She deception. I was relying on his knowledge. I never went over that part. 19 plus 7.
Interesting. So around the same time as ours. So for us, our gods, originally the creator gods, they well, they were warring against themselves in a sense, and well, they banished themselves from our realm for a very long time during the Great War. While this happened, there was a collection of mages, wizards, and the like, 6 of them, who tricked the gods to, well, coming into our realm. Perhaps you've seen the vast Ethereum growth within your lands. The gods, when they were banished, when they arrived back in our realm, they became Ethereum. Giant crystalline structures.
I see.
Because of this, there's well, not exactly a history major. But,
we're not paid for that.
right. Yes. Basically, Ethereum is dead gods And not knowing about Lodica and the like, it's interesting. Since all the gods were banished and then all destroyed at once by the 6 who are now the gods. These collection of mages, they collected the gods and brought them into the world, thus killing them immediately, all of them at once.
But giving them physical form.
Do you have any gods remaining?
Similar stories, but only one.
Only one.
Only one.
Now that is intriguing. What's his name? Or hers, I should say.
Cruxus.
Cruxus.
Obviously, language differences, but ultimately the all-god.
What is his attribute?
Is mainly divine knowledge. Someone who could predict the future and let them all squabble and kill themselves. All the other gods defy and attest to each other and fight bloody battles with each other, using their people as pawns. Eventually,
True. That is
he reaped the reward.
That's how it was.
Sometimes you stand back to win your battles.
Well, here, the gods we have worship here, we have, they were once us. They were once the mages who brought the gods in. When there was a power vacuum, is best words for it, I imagine. A need for their power. But without the gods, there was a lack of that power, and the universe, all of creation, was breaking down. We were banished from whatever way of life we once had. Magic had stopped existing the way it had for us. I'm sure you similar story.
Of course.
But with these power vacuums, the 6 that banished and destroyed the gods, they decided upon themselves to become the 6 new gods. And with that, we now have them as our power of divine.
It's fascinating. An incredible story.
It's incredible, really, to see an entire country of people that don't even know why Ethereum exists, or how it exists. This is perplexing beyond measure.
Also,
This one desires to sell her wares.
Oh, Wanda, thank you. Bring that real fast.
And I'll go ahead and grab you guys' map real quick.
cool.
This would probably be the 15-minute break.
Oh my god.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's
Damien.
huge.
Damn.
Ah, man, I'm so proud of this.
That is rad. What?
So we're right in that eastern side.
Oh,
that
that's.
anchor point right
How
there.
long did it take you to make this?
I actually, shoot, I'm putting it on the screen right now. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Alto Cartography, a really amazing artist over on Fiverr, made this for me, and he's been one of the most amazing people to work with. It's fantastic. I love the work. Really cool stuff. I technically designed it. He made the actual artist rendition, and I'm in love with it.
That
It's
is
beautiful.
freaking
Right.
beautiful, man. Like, seriously.
Oh, the camera. Can you switch that over? Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
So, right now, you're about right here. This is anchor point. I'll go ahead and let you all have the map. All of, from about here, here, and here, all of this is Thosleon. Anything above is Ganthrax. Anything below this line is Athonia. And this is,
I can't believe I forgot the name. Give me a second.
Isn't that the big text right there? Isn't that it?
no, That's this is the capital city, Celeste.
Here, I can get it for you.
Thank you.
What, is it Othania?
No, that's Athonia. This is.
That has to be.
Why is it here?
Thosleon. Thosleon.
No, this is Thosleon.
Oh, Lockvania?
Lockvania. Thank you.
So there's 3 sections.
This is our capital city, Freyleon. It is the it's where the royal family mostly lives. We have Anchor Point is our religious capital for Lardica. Dresden over here is our religious capital of sorry, not my specialty, but I'm sure if you ask someone with a little more knowledge of that.
Of course, no worries.
Out of game, do you actually want the information?
No. This is okay. Yeah, that would be We have I think Etora is the capital city of Athonia, and Celeste is the capital city of Lockvania. Mecca would be your capital city for Catharax. If I'm going to be honest, now that I know that you don't exactly understand the logistics of our royal family, I'm not exactly seen as there's a reason I'm an Anchor Point. It's not exactly a prestigious location to have a royal.
That's why he was rude.
I apologize.
A royal is a royal, in my opinion. I understand your concerns.
What of that center piece of the city, the emerald portion? I was led to believe by the locals that was a noble.
Oh yes, the I wish my brain worked on the dial.
Let me pull up the district name.
There are children here?
Ice cream.
Yes,
The kid
Emerald
falls
Isle.
this in, like.
Any of the royals who are staying here will stay usually in the Emerald Isle. Anyone with a lot of money, Emerald Isle. Pretty much anyone of standard. Otherwise, there's a bit of a foothold in getting into the Emerald. I highly doubt before really getting a foothold here, they would allow any of you to enter currently.
I do appreciate it.
I do recommend speaking to my father. He lives in Freyleon.
Freyleon, just up the mountains.
Yes. I would recommend taking this path here. It's the easiest path to really get there. Unless you want to travel through the mountains, I don't recommend it. Getting to Liverpool, that's not exactly the most astute place to live. Getting through there, it's relatively easy. It's just a bit dangerous.
I see. Me and my men will have absolutely no difficulties, I'm sure you.
Right. Once you talk to my father, he'll be able to put in a contact with the king. But I don't recommend approaching too lively. The king is a bane on my species, really. If it wasn't for his royal lineage, I would say he's... Wanda, shut your ears. Quite a fool.
A fool, you say.
He's always stirring up trouble with Gantrax.
A leader who causes nothing but conflicts.
That is not out of my own mouth. Yes, you will.
It is out of mine, then.
Yes. With the oh yes, I believe I mentioned the Dragon of the South.
That's right, you did. A great worry.
Yes. It is a constant worry that, well, Datrin or Mobius, that might release the Dragon of the South, and
They're under the control of one of these countries, or one of these smaller.
well, in a sense, Datrin is the god of death and life, and so.
It seems clear what you're trying to say.
Yes.
A pet. In a way.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call the Dragon of the South a pet to anything. They say the Six fears him. So, I wouldn't even attribute it to much more than a nuclear deterrent.
By the 6, you mean the 6 gods?
Yes.
If the Six fear him, how does... Which god did you say controlled him?
Mobius. Daedrin is
And Mobius is the...
slightly attributed.
How does
chaos.
Modius
No,
control
that would be Levius. My apologies.
How does Modius control
All
this
mutual.
creature if they all fear him?
Well, Mobius is the god of order. He has his way of communicating.
So if there's a discrepancy in power, that dragon might fly.
Exactly.
I see what you mean about your order. That's
Yes.
your unspoken agreements. Not with a dragon.
Exactly.
Does conflict between countries, would that result in the possibility of unleashing the creature?
Well, this building is lead-lined, right? Yes, okay. See Wanda just nodding her head. We can speak freely without ire of any of the gods at the moment, so I will say this out loud. Mobius is insane. Anything that the gods do these days is insane.
The god of order being insane.
The gods are all insane. I
Sounds
mean, you
about
don't
right.
take a mortal and just give him all-knowing power. That's ridiculous. And even the people around here know that, but we live in fear. We all do.
Do the gods interject in mortal ways, mortal conflicts even?
You see this here? That wasn't always there. That is Larnaca's mark upon this land.
My gods.
They do intervene at times. That specifically was one of the better versions of their interventions. If you see the sunken gulf over here, that was an opposite nature. Once it was all land. But those of a scholarly nature were trying to defy the life and death order within the worlds. They were researching into Lichta, something barely any of us really even can grasp at this point. But Daedrin didn't see very fit to leave them alive if they continued their research, and they did. So Daedrin sunk the entire Gulf, where once mountains and land was flourishing, now is nothing but ocean and a few islands from what once was mountains.
Our gods have never done nearly that much devastation.
Perhaps there's much to be learned from your remaining god. What was his name again?
Cruxus.
Croxus. I need to
We shall exchange all of the knowledge in the world, my friend.
Right.
Are So if Ethereum is dead gods,
yes.
are there any locations where the gods died in battle? Here on the mortal plane.
Well, I mean, there's plenty, really. Most of them, most of the gods that were banished before they...
I think the god just died now.
Most of the gods, when they were banished, they didn't exactly bring their fight here.
Of course.
They,
Which is why this is so surprising to me.
yes.
Intervention on a physical level.
Perhaps...
We must obtain Ethereum.
Calm the cats. Anyway,
Are you lacking in theory?
of course.
Yes,
We just
actually,
got here.
Our navigation across the seas left us very dry. And,
As a show of good faith, now would you mind, Wanda? Just get a bag of about 30 Ethereum. Just 30, you'll be fine. She'll return in a moment.
You don't have to do that for us.
No, it's my pleasure. We may be on a trout over in Anchor Point, but royal family has their ways. We have many amigos in this country.
Well then, as a foreigner, I would be considered myself indebted to you for giving that opportunity to me and my compatriots. Is there anything that you need from us? I very much work on quid pro quo.
Absolutely.
I just accept.
Perhaps a little more information on exactly how to reach your land.
Of course. The trials will be very fierce.
Right.
Understand that.
What is to the east?
Well,
Trenches.
as the navigator, I might be able to guide you. In the night sky, roughly at around 2 a.m., I'm unsure of what you call it in the night sky, but constellation we just call the anchor points downward.
Well, that's interesting. Quite a pun.
Well, of course, we were surprised as well. We landed in Anchor Point, near Anchor Point at least.
It's quite ironic.
Well, if you follow this constellation to the lowermost tip for roughly a couple hundred miles, if I had to guess,
Just the
roughly
tip.
230 miles, our continent should come into view.
That's
Understand that there are.
intriguing. 200 miles, you say?
Make
Oh,
sure
well,
you follow.
Give or take 30.
Make sure that you follow that anchor, though. There are maelstrom that you do not want to mess with that are, if you cut the clear path across. Hence why we lose direction.
Very well. I think we'll definitely consult a few of the royals and find a means to which we can traverse the waters. Have you ever been past the waters?
Past, what do you mean? We were under the impression that there was nothing out here. You are as close to past the waters as we become.
Have you ever traveled east from your continent?
No.
Or have any knowledge of what's east of your continent?
From what we understand, that it's nothing but barren sea.
That's intriguing.
The world
I
might be
understand,
greater
it's
than we
quite dangerous
understand.
over there as well. More or less. More maelstroms, a few leviathans.
Have you any knowledge of the Astral Sea?
Astral sea. Would it possibly go by any other name?
The astral plane. It's a completely different plane of existence, mind you.
White?
The astral plane. It's just like Feywild, or the plane of fire, or
We
plane
would
of
have.
water.
We have our own stories. No experiences, though.
Interesting. No voyages towards it. Now that I find very, very interesting.
Well,
To the
Lord
west.
George, is that what you were saying then about the west of your continent?
Yes.
Astral plane.
Not too far from the continent itself, maybe a few hundred miles out. The water ends and the astral sea begins.
I see.
It's an astounding sight. Not many would make that voyage because once you're past the embark, it's hard to get back. However, if you ever find yourself on the western side of the country, there are voyages that are made. Now, I do have a strange question for you. Do you know of the gospel? The gospel?
The Gosgrin.
Yes. The flying whales.
Oh, yes. We came into sight with one the minute that we made port.
So you don't have anywhere you're from?
God, no.
Ah,
It was surprising. Many beasts of all shapes and sizes, but nothing of the sort.
right.
What? Oh, it's like a flying whale.
Yes, well, they're mountains, really. They were a gift from one of the six. I'm not exactly sure which one it was.
That would explain why they're not in our continent. Different
Yes.
gods.
They are...
Different gods, different gifts.
You see these mountains here, the Slumbering Islands?
Yes.
The reason we call them that is because at one point there is more to it. And then one of the gods decided as a gift to us to help create peace amongst us all. They took pieces of the mountains and removed them. And they became flying creatures. And they took the shape of whales. and we created cities upon them, completely boundless. There's no, what would you say? There's no borders to worry.
So
They
blend-
fly between each country, creating a sense of kindred.
Community.
Yes.
I see.
If there was ever to be war, they would be very hard to, control.
Quite a gift of order.
Yes. I have to give the Six one thing. They have made it very easy to remain at peace.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do beings travel on these wells?
Oh, plenty. We have cities built upon them. There's many a people that get on in certain cities.
And do they land?
Well, temporarily, but we've created structures to mitigate their need to land on land. Does that make sense?
Like towers?
Yes. We have over in Fruffield, we have one such tower where they land for a moment. They rest. We feed them Ethereum to keep them afloat, and then they make their passage further south.
So they eat the Ethereum.
In a sense, yes. It absorbs into them. If they ever go dry, we fear what may happen. We'd never let them go dry, mind you. Originally, it was more of like a religious ritual, if you will.
Is this
Like a
country
sacrifice.
Is this country in charge of keeping them afloat?
Well,
A gift from the gods is hard to control.
it's more of equal share, equal opportunity. We give them bountiful food. From Thosleon specifically, we have a variety of foods, and we have fields that are very fruitful. It's what they're actually called. If you read the map, the fruitful fields over here. There's a bountiful amount of land where we seem to have been gifted very, very easy to develop lands.
Your nation is filled with gifts and also
Yeah.
worries.
Yes.
Vast worries.
Would this be part of the reason, the whales, I mean, that you are looking for a new place to mine Ethereum?
Well, this specific city is running dry. There are many different forms of mining towns, and we're just running dry from the lake. You see, these great lakes here were once filled to the brim with Ethereum, and it would slowly drain out into the sea. We created anchor points originally from a little small town that was around where Lodica had, the reason she's the local worshipped god is because have you seen the church?
Yes, the one right out front of Anchorport.
Yes.
Anchorport.
That is where she embarked her ambition to godlyhood. She transferred into a god from that exact point, which is why the church is there.
You mean transcended?
Transcending, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And from that we started to merge a city from a dead god that had appeared within the lake. And we started to notice the surges of Ethereum moving through the river. And instead of letting it go into the ocean just to be lost into the sea, we started a city. And well, now it's not exactly as fruitful as it used to be.
Understandably.
I have a quick question. If we head towards Freyleon, as you requested for us to meet with your father, do you have any other locations where we might be able to restock Ethereum?
Well, let's see. If you go to Liverpool, I believe they still have an abundance. Dry Lake is not too well off, but they're not bad. I believe in Myreful, if you do a little bit of a divergence that way, Myreful has... they have a come and go amount in there. It depends on the tourism that time of year. Otherwise, I'd say your best bet is Liverpool for sure. But like I said, I definitely wouldn't recommend going through those mountains. It's dangerous travels. Once I spread word of your arrival, they're probably going to be a little, I don't know the words.
On edge?
Yes, that is one way of putting it. They're not going to take lightly that some foreigners from a country we've never seen are suddenly embarking upon those errands. We are very likable people, but the way our country is run, it can be hard to keep people on good terms.
Understandably, I wouldn't expect any. I wouldn't expect you to stick on your neck out for people you just met. Understand. I do wish to have plenty of give and take here in this scenario, so do please consider me a friend if there's anything that you need that is outside of your realm of, I suppose, your scope of your authority. Me and my
Yes.
compatriots are quite capable. I'm a very involved politician, you see.
I actually have taken notice. What exactly do you do? You seem very astute in your ability.
I am sick. Sick and tired of the plain existence and roundabout warfare of my own country. I want something greater. I want a universal peace between my country and others. I want to extend the hands as far as we can reach them.
Right. I'm more speaking towards your personal ability.
Oh, my personal ability. Well, I'm a caster of sorts. Although Father never wanted me to be, he just wanted me to sit behind a desk and write legislation all day. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
I seek the thrill.
I have to admit, the lackadaisy lifestyle is appealing to me, if I'm to be honest.
Oh no, you're not a fond of casting and
Ah,
sword fare.
I've seen many a two wounds come from such matters.
Well, do hone your skills, even if with wooden swords, just so you can protect yourself for the time maybe. It's beneficial to everyone, especially those of us who are in power.
How does it work in your country? Are you royal from the direct line? Are you
Direct line, yes. That.
interesting?
And we scale our royal, our abilities in a manner of scopes.
What exactly brought you out this far?
Curiosity, adventure. Did your father not teach you any of that?
That is quite interesting.
It's a lifestyle that I'm sure anyone will enjoy.
I'm just surprised your king allowed you to travel so
But
far.
I'm the youngest of my ilk.
Ah, yes.
So naturally,
I see. The runt of the litter. I feel you. I do.
with the biggest scope of my ambitions, though.
Right.
Understand that your city is also the closest port city of any of the areas from my continent, so you would be the first to have any trade, if possible.
I suppose, but I imagine if you're at Anchor Point, you could have really embarked anywhere. The fact that you say you parked your boat somewhere to the south, correct?
Yes, near that river.
That's interesting. Do any management of it, or you need anything done with it? Perhaps we can have an arrangement so someone is taking care of it.
This is a large travel. We already had a Roman take it back to our main vessel. But if I do need any services, I will make sure that you know.
All right,
Be the first to know.
Interesting. Okay. I've not heard any word of vessels.
Well, we didn't know if you were a warring nation, so we had to be obviously under subterfuge.
I see. You do seem capable of a lot, I suppose. From what you said, perhaps.
He's a strange one.
Perhaps you are capable of getting past our murder, I suppose. It's just strange. I've never heard of any other country really succeeding in that matter towards us. It's interesting, really. You have some strange technology,
Quite.
I suppose.
Quite
Also a kick-ass navigator.
Fair enough.
It's a strange
fair
human.
enough.
We're adapting our magical capabilities.
So,
And physical.
I suppose I should leave you with your map. I do have duties I've got to attend to. I've been here for way too long, if I'm going to be honest.
I do not mean to.
Absolutely.
burden you.
Absolutely. I apologize for my behavior at first.
Do not worry. Can I please have your name, though? From one royal to another, if it is not too much.
Yes, I apologize.
You took precautions for the safety of your nation, I understand.
Truly, Alexander is what you may call me.
Alexander Theodore Charles Albert.
And for the royal family, we all have the same the species name, really. It's not kosher to call it a last name. Depends on where you're from, but
Dialects and whatnot.
yes. Let me see real quick before I give you any more information on that. Just because I need to make sure not spelling out the wrong information. And my brain can only hold so much at a time. I apologize.
You guys are both doing freaking fantastic. Holy crap, I'm just turning in and out.
Dude, diplomacy is rough.
Dude,
Now,
I
this
wasn't expecting you to get so far with it. You ruled so fucking well, I was like, God damn it, I have to do so much right now.
This wouldn't have worked
No.
if Bowen wasn't a royal character anyway, or an acting as well.
Well, not only that, it wouldn't work personally.
Roll at this point.
Bowen himself naturally wasn't a nat 20 charisma.
I'm pretty rough with my charisma.
No, I'm not talking about your character. I'm talking about you in real life.
Oh. I do like theatrics.
We call ourselves Leocri.
No one.
Leo.
Yes, perhaps you've met a form of our kind.
Yeah.
I imagine the evolution has taken its course differently where you're from. They are more of a cat people. I cannot recall what they called themselves. Perhaps,
What was our definition
I got this. But...
of our cat folk? We do have them.
My tongue.
Neons.
Neon.
A ooze.
It's out of game while homeboy is looking this up because I know we got it somewhere.
It's weird. It was here last time.
That's not right. Yes, it is. Tabaxi is cat.
Tabaxi?
Oh yeah.
It's Tabaxi.
sounds familiar. Perhaps they are cousins. It is intriguing to hear of another cat-like species out there.
I mean, it'd be the same with this elf with his
Yes.
apparently strange skin
these
tone from y'all.
What exactly are you? You're an elf?
I must say, for being descended from cats, your people do not care about cats very much.
What do you mean?
Alexander,
There
just
was an
take it with a grain of salt, please.
Animals of all sorts are being mistreated constantly.
He knows Speaky so well.
He's a strange man.
Right.
Capable.
He's just very caring.
He cares about cats.
I would be careful mentioning the name Farron, by the way. That's the king of Thursleo.
Your father.
Close. No. I have no actual familiar relation with the king. Like I said, our species is royal when it comes to this country.
Okay.
I've never spoken to him. He's not exactly my biggest fan. That's why I'm here.
Does he reside in Freyleon as well?
Yes and no. It depends on wartime or wartime, really. He comes and goes from Freleon and Dristan, really. It is one of those, depends on what he feels safe.
Intriguing.
Makes sense. Get away from the crazy nation as much as possible.
Well,
Yes.
Alexander, we will not bother you any longer. I do appreciate your hospitalities.
Absolutely.
If there's anything you need, please send somebody our way.
As I
We will check in each of the whatever towns that we decide to visit. We will make sure that somebody heads over to send word
Sure.
with our location.
What is the significance of the new Ethereum mining towns?
So there's a bit of a mine that was discovered, a cave system, if you will, that seems to have a growth of Ethereum in it.
Could you tell us where this is?
Oh yes, absolutely. So you see, we're here in Acre Point, to the west and south, but right about here. And at this point, by the way, you immediately realize that's exactly where you guys were just at. There seems to be a new growth of Ethereum in a cave not too far away from there. It's undiscovered, at least.
Any local dangers?
Not more than the spider bear. I suppose.
Dealt with bugbears.
Sounds fearsome.
I heard some rumor of a walking shark in the forest of some kind. Is that-
Not in the forest near here, I hope. I've not heard of any in this region.
That would be horrifying.
Do you not have them?
No.
Oh.
Sharks belong in the ocean.
Oh, yes.
Well, apparently so do merfolk, but
She's the exception.
That is astounding, too. Every merfolk I've ever met had a more fish-like appearance.
Yeah, so I have legs.
It's
What of
interesting.
it?
Quite intriguing,
No, it's
right?
not the legs, it's the upper torso. Have you not met any merfolk from our area?
I mean, my eyes are up here, buddy.
Right. Right.
Quite a charismatic bunch, aren't
I'll be on my way now. You all have a fantastic day. If you have any more needs, please talk to Wanda here, and she'll see to it. She just
we're very grateful for the generosity.
they? Thank
of
you,
the
Alexander.
Ethereum
I will
as
send
well.
you word
Yes.
from the next town that I stop in.
So 30 of them, so that's 5 each.
Are we dispersing this?
Yes, of course.
Well,
Spellcasting.
Well, actually, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 30.
Wanda, if you wouldn't mind, get them a map of the city so they can traverse a little easier.
Does that
Right.
roll further?
That'd be 6 each then.
Is that
You're
roll
not
further?
taking it.
No, I glued it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's just decor.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's pretty neat. You can't actually roll it in sampling. I tried to make that possible.
Whew.
Alright, I think it's time to
Time
go
for a
on
break.
break, because oh my god!
Diplomacy.
We'll talk though.
I was so waiting for like the whole like, oh shit, he's gonna fail one of these checks.
Hell no, I'm a royal.
What were you gonna do if he failed?
Oh boy.
Nice catch.
That is a discussion for after the entire campaign is
So
over.
right.
All right.
Never break the silence and ask what could have happened.
We'll be back after a brief message from World Anvil.
What?
See you guys later. World Anvil. I use World Anvil to keep track of basically everything D&D. I have the entire world of Mortonshire that I created for my previous campaign, and is now shareable in the link down below, on this website. When DMing a game of D&D for my friends, I like to have everything crafted, and just let them explore the possibilities that the world provides. And in order to do that, I need the world to be already crafted. I sometimes take entire days to even entire weeks to write characters, locations, and lore. And when I do, I put it all on World Anvil to keep it organized. I've gotten to the point that I'm pretty sure I've spent hundreds of hours on the map of Mortonshire alone.
The mapping system is my absolute favorite aspect of the design this website offers. With it, I can easily keep track of the city's populations, distance from place to place, and have quick links to any article that's connected to the locations in question. Not to mention how sleek it all is, and how easy it is to set up. All you need is an image to go off of to start placing down pins that lead to articles. I would recommend World Anvil to anyone who's looking to start a big campaign and would like to organize things to be a lot smoother and easier. If you would like to try out World Anvil for yourself, I have an affiliate link down below, as well as a coupon code ROLLYD to get 10% off of any purchase. World Anvil is free to use, but comes with extra perks if you're willing to pay some extra months. Plus, it supports the show if you use it, so make sure to keep it in mind if you decide to buy anything. Alright, enough with the paying the bills. Let's get back to the show. Hi, sorry, I just wanted to make a quick little shout out for Alt Cartography's fantastic map service. He made the entire map of Nunvok, as you've seen, in this amazing world that he helped craft. If it wasn't for this map, I wouldn't have done half as well as I have making the world for everyone to enjoy. So I just wanted to give a shout out. If you guys would like to go check him out, links are in the description, as well as Jack Stern, who made the city maps. If you guys would like to check either of them out, the links are in the description. I definitely recommend it. It's a blast being able to do all this, and the maps definitely help. So thank you guys, and thank you guys so much for contributing where you do. I appreciate it.
She's such a good pupper.
And with that, welcome back. So, where we just left off, you were in the middle of talking with him, and he walks backwards towards the wall where he had just entered the room, and is now exiting through that same wall. And just as he does that, you see Wanda come back through the same door you guys have entered in, drenched in water, and holding a very soggy piece of paper. And she looks at all of you and goes, this is Anchor Point.
Why is it wet?
It's raining. Bad.
Oh, okay.
So, good luck.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate ya.
If you need anything, let us know, I suppose.
I will send word at the next town that I visit. I will send an emissary.
I suppose. This has been odd.
Quite.
Right, you all have a good day. I'm gonna go rest.
Enjoy yourself.
Alright.
Alright, so we leave, or I'm going to just start leaving the...
You're just gonna walk through the wall?
Yes.
Gotta try.
You walk immediately through the wall, and you immediately see the outskirts of the building. And it is currently pouring where you stand, as the water starts to immediately just encapsulate your body.
Shield. Cat.
Well, this sucks.
I follow behind, like so invigorated by the rain.
Hey, Luris, I didn't see you turn back into a cat.
Come on, I gotta get you off the table.
I love my cat.
She's like stepping. While he's...
Such a good kitty.
So, what do you guys do?
I say, what time is it?
It's about probably somewhere around 6 in the afternoon. It's getting to almost dark, but it's not exactly.
We should visit.
I completely
sundown
forgot. We were at the blacksmith the last time that we were here.
I was just gonna say that, and we were getting our
Smelting gold, right?
smelting gold for you guys. I was smelting silver
To
and
see what the
copper.
value of each one of our pieces was.
Earlier today.
Earlier today. That's a good point, actually.
I would say probably to the blacksmith.
Which one's which?
Yes.
Would this
Like you.
would last have happened? Like, has he been smelting, or did he just...
Yeah, during your last stay, I believe he said you guys had about a few hours before it'd be done.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll head back to the blacksmith.
All right.
Before we all set off, I should say everything regarding the Dragon of the South. Forget about it.
Is the dragon
Can't
dead?
really forget about it. Because I
Definitely not.
Seems like
It's just
Is it an aggressive beast?
that's a force nothing can match.
I would not attempt to engage in my subordinates fighting a dragon.
Where does the dragon reside? It said the south. Which part of the south? should
It
we
resides deep inside of the underground city of Noctera, where I'm from.
What on? Okay. Then,
did you
then I'll just
escape?
trust your word for it.
Forget about the dragon.
avoid? How did you escape?
Why must we forget when we should remember such danger exists?
Go to Noctera if you like.
I'm not saying go there,
Me too.
just not forget it.
but we should know it exists.
It's awfully rainy out.
If you had any idea of finding it,
Here.
forget about it.
There's room for
We
more.
walked away from y'all.
Yeah, they're currently on their way to the blacksmith while you guys were talking.
I'm going to the blacksmith.
It's like, yeah,
to check
screw
on my
dragons. Like, I'm not gonna go and fuck with a dragon. I know how powerful those bastards are.
You can catch up. It's not fun. So, on your way to the blacksmith, you hear chains ringling and what sounds like strange tearing noises coming from the factory next to it, which is the other side of the L. And you hear someone screaming, "Ah! Ah! God, that's hot! Ugh! God dang! Oh, sorry. And just see this like dwarf who's just running out of the other side of the building with
the
a
same
giant burn mark on his wrist. Sorry. Are you
Picking up something.
oh,
Right quick.
from us? Or
I'm gonna
Silver
look.
sword.
Wait, which?
It was from you.
Silver sword.
It's different word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like from here.
I don't remember having any.
What did you have?
We dropped off a small piece of gold to have it melted down.
At the leatherworks? Are you sure you're not talking about silver sword?
Oh, we're definitely talking about silver sword.
I
Okay.
thought that's where we were at.
Well, it's literally the same building. It's a different site.
Is your arm okay, sir?
It will be. I'll see someone about it in a minute.
I'm walking away.
Okay. Bye.
He just books it.
Enjoy. Okay, so we head to the silver sword.
It must be
Super.
amputated.
That's where we had walked up to.
Alright.
It's just like running around.
You open the door and you see the same dwarf from before.
Oh yeah. You come back for the gold coin.
Yes, sir.
The same one that we just saw with the burn?
No.
Like he just
No.
ran
No,
to
no,
the
no.
other side of the building. He's like, I work both sides.
So here's the thing. There wasn't much actual gold in the coin itself. Not sure if that was what you were expecting, but it was mostly stone. So we had about a third of a gold coin that we could create with just one.
How many gold coins did you give him?
I gave him one to see the value of what the one was.
So if you would like me to melt down some gold, I can still do it. I just have to account for 1 out of 3.
We're not going home anytime soon.
Yes,
Worthless to us
the
the
silver
way it
and
is.
copper, unfortunately, the same story. There's some stone that was surrounded by these men.
No, we need some bar
It's actually a lot like how I do, or how we do our currency as well. So,
Yeah.
if you didn't know, I have a rock in between all of our coins. It's a means to an end to make currency worth more than it's actually worth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That would,
Yeah.
Inflation costs
So-
and whatnot.
Right.
So me and what's your name again?
Zimri.
Me and Zim, good old Zim, hand a bag of 30 gold coins each.
Mine's 29.
His is 29. Yeah.
Swooning. Oh, yes, the one. I see.
Yes, you get 10 out of it.
Just for
All right.
his lodging.
It's gonna take a bit longer this time since it's a lot more to do, but I can get this all done and forge some gold bars out of these. So if you come back, let's see, tomorrow probably, I'll have this working overnight.
Okay. How much would a room and an inn cost?
You want to stay here?
No, just at an inn.
Oh,
This place seems pretty hot.
let's see.
This doesn't look like an inn either.
Yes, I'm
Smith.
gonna sleep next to
Sleep
your oven.
just on the ground
At
here.
least it's warm.
I'm not exactly certain of all the inns in town, but I do know about the wanderers. What do you call that? The wanderers abode. Right. You go to the other side of the river, and about maybe 7 blocks. It's right past the same street as the bridge. And then you shouldn't have a hard time seeing it.
Right across the. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'll have this ready in the morning. So if you have any other needs, say now, because I'm about to close up shop.
I have taken away all the currency I gave him and divided it by 3 each of them.
It's gonna take a while to get that, right?
Huh?
Sorry, what did you say?
I gave him I gave him all of my silver and copper, and it was the same story as you.
So how much?
Well, I started out with 3 silver and 12 copper, and now I have 1 silver and 4 copper.
Well, you will.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Well,
don't, right?
I've already adjusted for it, so
Yeah.
once it's ready.
Just don't consider you having money right now.
Yeah. Well, except for gold because I sold a piece of Ethereum.
Yeah, fair.
We do have Ethereum too.
Yeah.
Which works as.
Works as 10 gold pieces.
Yeah. No, one.
No, it's 10.
Oh, it's 10 each?
Yeah, 10
Oh.
gold pieces each.
Oh, thank God.
Do
Okay,
you want us
so,
to work off Ethereum or Pact magic in this?
How do you do pact magic?
No, Pact. You know, when you use a spell, it fills up the box.
I think you fill up the box and use Ethereum.
yeah.
Yeah, it still uses
Still
a
casting
spell.
a spell, so
Okay.
it'd be awesome if it worked the other way, but
That would be a little OP though.
yeah, just keep
we
casting the
have
same
enough Ethereum.
bullshit. and
Just
spells.
level 5 Thunderbolt.
I don't got that yet, but eventually.
Alright. Well, I have Thunderbolt.
Okay, so
Thunderbolt.
cheers, sir. We'll head to that inn right away.
I'll see you in the morning. If you is that a map?
Yes.
Hey, let me I'll just put you in the direction.
Beautiful.
So here we are. That right over here, in that L building. And then you go through the bridge, and about 7 blocks is right there. Right next to the other merchant alley.
Perfect. Appreciate you.
Not a
Thanks,
problem. And if you need anything else, I'm open for business probably around 6 a.m., but I probably won't have this done until around 10.
Okay. Yeah, we will stop by then.
Alright.
Oh, I have a question to ask before we leave.
Okay, sure. What's up?
I have 4 daggers on my person that I cannot find a use for.
Okay, let me see.
Together,
Thought
I
that
have
was the
6.
case.
Those rocks? I'm sorry, I have no need.
Throwing rocks. Awesome.
Sure.
Should be in your equipment.
Alright. Please, I need to get to work. So, all of you, have a good night.
Okay. So, we
Lead the way.
start heading over to the inn because we need a rest.
Alright.
They're closing at 6 p.m. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's raining. It's dark outside, so I don't think it's... Sounds terrible.
You also have noticed, walking out of the, when you walked out of the building, the city hall, it was already empty of people by the time you guys walked out.
Intriguing.
It still seems like the same amount of time, but with all the rain, it seems people just fled. Alright, so, you're all just walking all the way to the inn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Taking my time in the rain because it feels good.
I'd say it probably takes you about a half hour. Each building on that map represents an entire block.
Dang.
So, this is a massive city.
How big is Frelion?
Really big.
Quite big.
Bigger than the city that we were being stalked by the Holy Knight.
Well, yeah, much bigger. Let's see. Anchor Point is probably the same size as that. You're still blessed. From a different image.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I rubbed my nose.
Alright.
Kitty love. No, it's not that serious.
It was more preemptive than doing upset.
So you walk into the Wanderer's Abode. It's a very quaint wooden building with just the sign Wanderer's Abode and the word inn written underneath it. Walking in, there's an immediate bell that chings as you walk in, and there's a lot of people that are just kind of sitting at tables, kind of warming up from the rain, as some people are using casted flame to warm themselves up. And then there's a dwarven lady speaking to one of the dragonborn looking fellows, but he's a lot smaller than the previous dragonborn you just saw, who is currently leaning up against the wall, and the dwarven lady seems very turned away and is looking for any excuse to walk away. And there doesn't seem to be anybody working at this moment at
Is she
the
pretty?
front desk. She's pretty in her own right.
Has a beard and everything.
No beard, but she's got a few moles, but it doesn't seem to be deterring the dragonborn looking guy.
Gotta save her. Yeah.
No, go see what information you can get from her.
out of it.
Seduce her.
Who's walking up to the front desk?
I'm walking straight up to the dwarven lady. Hello! Oh, my exchange friend! It has been too long. Who's your friend here?
No, I didn't realize you were spoken for, young lass. We can adjourn this for now. Call me.
Just walks away as the lady just looks at you and goes,
Are you okay?
Yeah. That's just, when it comes to people, I have a hard time talking. Does that make sense?
I would say no.
Okay. Sorry. I'll go on my own. Thank you.
In
I
case
appreciate you.
case anyone else bothers you, and I just like strum my lute right quick and cast Bardic Inspiration on her. You've got more of a voice than you think, lass.
Whoa. How can I find you?
I'm sadly also spoken for.
Oh,
Stutter is
Sadly.
gone.
Yeah.
well, I
Very,
appreciate
very unfortunate.
the
We're diplomatic relationship-wise.
Thank you. She kind of just like sneers a little bit and walks away.
Aww.
So you're that type of royal.
Try to be nice once. Let's get to the front desk.
This is why I hate the royals.
Right now.
Alright. You get to the front desk and it doesn't seem like anybody's currently paying any attention or are currently working.
Is there a bell?
So let's just go find
And there is a bell.
I'm gonna ring the bell.
Ding. No response.
It's a fluffy bell. It's not working right.
Ding, 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 ding. After a few moments of sitting there ringing the bell, you hear someone scream from the back, "Can you please shut up? Trying to frickin' sleep over here."
Just grab a key and go.
So I yell in a booming voice, "A royal's at your door!"
What? You just see this man, like, covered in like a nightie with even like a beanie with a little bow on the top of it,
God.
and he just walks out. Where's Miranda? Oh,
Alexander was
sorry.
quite upset about this, knowing these kind of establishments exist in his city.
You friends of Alexander?
Yes.
I apologize. I promise you, this is not how it normally is. I simply have a neglectful aide. It seems to have abandoned her post. Don't worry, I will handle this as I should. I'm so sorry about my attitude. I had no idea that there would be a royal.
Royal or not, it's quite the attitude.
Right. Yes. Very, very true. Very true. Are you all looking for a room? Why
Lodging from the rain. We missed our carriage.
Oh, I see. Wouldn't you be more suited for the Emerald Isle?
No. Convenience is in its own right. Something to be spoken for.
Right.
I trust that your rooms are...
a humble man.
Of course.
How many?
6 of us.
Okay.
How much do your rooms...
Well, we have about 2-bedroom rooms. A lot of them currently vacant. Let's see. We have a master suite. Be about 10 gold.
Even though the service was so atrocious?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Alexander would not be happy.
Alexander would not be very happy.
Alexander on
We'll be
speed
talking
dial.
to Alexander.
Right here.
That's speed. It's 19.
Speed Raven.
Yeah, I was thinking
Right.
pigeon.
We'll call it 8 coins. Is that fine?
8.
Yeah, let's call it 8 coins. 8 coins. Going once.
Fine. I only have one. I misplaced my gold. I have an Ethereum. Will you please give me some gold? 2.
Yes, absolutely. See. Right.
And this will fit all 6 of us?
2 gold. Should, yes. There's 2 beds, but there's also a few other pieces of furniture. I imagine these are your entourage.
Compatriots, yes.
Oh, I see. Yes, I can have another bed moved up there.
Please do.
Okay. Sorry about the inconvenience.
Go.
It's up those stairs, 2 floors up, and it's in the middle of the hallway. You'll see a very lavish door. That's your door.
Fantastic. Your name, sir?
Mind you, I usually don't give out my name. However,
Like,
Not Vinny!
Dexter.
Not Vinny.
Sorry, what?
Dexter.
yeah.
Pleasure, Dexter.
Is it one
Right.
word or is it 2?
It's one word. One word.
Dexter.
Yes, one word.
Okay, we head up to the room.
Right. By the way, if you ever feel like someone's lying to you, you can do an insight check and see if they are or not.
Okay.
Oh, too late for
Then
that.
I haven't left yet.
Oh.
Doing an inside check.
All right, go ahead.
Sir, you seem a little nervous.
I'm fine. It's just don't usually see royals in this part of town. Quite the extraordinary circumstances. if you will.
11.
Hard to read.
Well, sir, you have a good night. I like your hat.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Right. Yes. He realizes what he's wearing and just goes. Right. Yes. So sorry.
I'm gonna get executed. Wait,
Since I
I'm
interacted
not
with her,
wearing no
can
hat.
she roll for advantage?
I should have known. I'll start doing more insights and stuff. I should. Get good perception. Okay,
To sleep.
All
so we
right.
take a long rest. Because
So,
spells have been
remember
used.
to never actually activate long rest until I say,
Ah, okay.
because you never know when something might be
Fair.
awry.
Okay,
However,
so we get up into the room then.
okay. You take a few moments to settle in, and you wait for the bed to arrive. As a few poorly shabbered-looking men walk in and try and move the bed mattress in one at a time, and they're just like, "I'm so sorry. We'll have to set up in a moment, please. Just patience."
Awful lot of cobwebs
And
in this here room.
they spend about 10 minutes trying to set it up, failing, and then one of them just goes, "Oh, fuck it," and grabs a piece of Ethereum and just waves his hand, and it starts putting itself together.
Wonderful service. What are all of your names and where do you live?
Never quite get used to these on land beds.
So are we all alone now?
Yeah. So we all sleeping in the same
I
beds?
want to say something. How many beds are there?
3
Well, there's
now.
3 now.
Me and Zim's gonna sleep together.
Sure.
Alright, come here, you.
Okay. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna
So-
set up my tent in this room.
So before we
Beware.
sleep,
I'm a violent sleeper.
God.
alright, my compatriots. The way I see it, we have 2 options. From what Alexander told us, there's either the 30 miles to the east or to the west to that new suspected mining town. Does anyone have any insights to that?
Wasn't that mining town near where you told me you came from?
No, that's like
that
we're
was-
talking about the one. No, there's the one to the west.
Liverpool?
The one now down near
You mean
Hollow.
Liverpool? Or the one that they're making?
The one that they're making.
That's where we
That's
came
where
from.
you
Oh, that's where we came from.
Yeah, so it's not. There's nothing there. It's
There's
literally
a
just because you
angry
There's
guys-
nothing there
farmer
yet.
Nothing. Okay.
with his wife
Angry farmer with his wife who had
who had affairs.
Ethereum too.
Well,
They did have
I say we travel westward towards the town he told us about, maybe to restock in the meantime as we make our way toward Freyleon.
It does have quite a bit from what they tell us.
Liverpool? They also said that was a dangerous mountain pass.
Danger. Fun.
Not to mention, this is the mile ratio. Just that is 15 miles. 30 miles is a day's travel.
Ooh my! It sounds like fighting.
So it's roughly 3 days to Freyleon. Or 4, 5, 5? No, 5.
At least more than a week.
Yeah, like 7 or 8.
Because
From where we're at?
Unless we can
30
hitch a ride on
miles.
a whale.
Days travel. 60 miles, 2 days. 90 miles, 3 days. If you go here, that's going to be about 3 days just to get to Belmere.
Which is not our promise.
Unless we have
And
another means of
2 days to
travel.
get to Meyerfall. Or probably about
This is by
4
foot.
days from Belmere to Dry Lake.
This is on foot.
Yes,
We're
this is
in
on foot.
Anchorage.
We have to be on foot.
For anchor point.
We don't
yeah,
have
we're
to
at
be on
anchor
We
point.
are. It's way down there.
Yeah, you're way down here.
We could find
this is
other means of
Freyleon.
travel.
This is where he said that the basic, the majority of Ethereum that you could get would be.
Just another horse.
Well, it's
So
either
it's-
guaranteed or gamble.
Between Liverpool or the Hollow Vale.
I think we should stock up on Ethereum.
That's what we're trying to find out.
There's either the
Well, that's what I'm saying.
potential
He
of
just said-
Ethereum or the guarantee. Which one is dangerous? One's not.
Well, 6 Ethereum per person should be enough to get us through a travel.
It's
to
only
the nearest city.
5 spells for a 4-day trip
Well, 6 spells.
He didn't take
per
any.
person.
We
No?
can't venture
He didn't
too
take
far
any, so it's
south.
just split
There's-
I already had 2, so
Yeah, I have my own Ethereum. So
Oh.
it's-
Look at you.
We can't travel too far south because the little one says there's a dragon around there.
It's not
It's
like
not-
that, but
yeah, it's not near.
You telling me that dragon doesn't leave its nest?
yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Well, that's good to know.
I think we should go to Liverpool.
Do they
I
have
say we head
alternative
north.
modes of transportation
Liverpool?
here? They have to have ways to get around faster.
And you, my compatriots,
Living.
Liverpool,
Living it up.
Liverpool.
I
To
guess
battle
I
it together.
shall follow. You are employing us,
That's fair.
after all.
In this realm, gentlemen, we're all in this together. If we make it back home alive, I guarantee you will be paid. But think of me as an equal. I will use my diplomacy and my skills to all of our advantage for any information and whatnot. However, you are not underemployed for me while we are in this realm.
You have my blades, sir.
To North
My
then,
axe.
and my dick.
I can literally say that. You have my blade, you have my bow, and my axes.
So to Liverpool then.
We specifically don't have a ton of weapons on us because we came
Sharp as a marble, that one.
so
I love that insult.
something to keep noted.
Danger or gamble.
Well,
So I'm gonna go to
Realistically.
bed now.
realistically, if we take the trip south, there's already plans to set up a mining town there, so there's probably
south.
nobody there right now.
West.
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 I'm talking about the Hollow Point area.
Yeah, it is.
The Hollow Vale.
It's
Southwest.
southwest, but it's mostly west.
Okay. What did I say? Did I say
You
east?
said
South.
Southwest. Okay. If we go southwest, there's probably not many people down there. If we go to Liverpool, there's going to be people there. It might be a little suspicious to see us trying to fish out Ethereum. We may have a better chance of trying to find it on our own than finding it the conventional way.
Can I get to Liverpool by going straight west and then through a...
That was something that Alexander had mentioned would be a very dangerous path.
So I'd say if we do go to Liverpool, we should head north instead and try and go around.
Okay.
Just cutting straight through. You said it's like a 4-day journey. 5-day, maybe?
At least.
It would be at least a 4-day journey if you cut through this.
We'd have to climb a mountain, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
That sounds dangerous.
The danger.
like this bar is a 3-day journey, but with that mountain, it adds another day and a half.
We can roll our luck.
Well, what's the worst that happens if we
roll
go
our
to the
damage.
Hollow Vale?
No one
We
can
find nothing?
I did.
And then we just
I
cut
just
our
didn't
losses
say it
and go to
out loud.
Liverpool.
Where is
fair.
the direction of the king that
I say-
Alexander
I say
wished
we go to the closest
that you
location.
speak with?
That's
Northwest
Freya.
and fairly on.
So, should we head that way and hit Liverpool on the way?
I'd like to stock up on magic. That is eventually our goal.
Northwest it is.
Okay.
To Liverpool then?
I think we should stop by and what's that town?
This one here?
Yes.
Belmare.
Probably stop in Velmar and then cut over to Liverpool or Liverpool. Fuck.
I keep thinking Liverpool.
It makes sense
It's
that
the
you would
pool
mix
where
it up.
Yeah,
people are
every
living.
time.
Also, can't read that.
People are
from
living
that.
there.
That's
Liverpool.
fair.
They're
It's
really
just a pool
living.
of livers.
Not a thing.
Well, for tonight we go to bed.
All right.
After stopping in Belfry, we can probably make a stop. in
Meditate.
Grey.
Yeah, we can make as many stops as you like.
I wonder if they have a decent amount of Ethereum in Grey Lake.
Who knows?
They're concentrated to pools of water.
River systems, and where gods died.
We could.
Well, they did also mention the mining town that they're making is in a mountain, so it's not only that, at least from what you've been told.
Before we go to bed, can I cast suggestion on Braden to only dream about giant spiders?
Oh my god! It's not spiders that I
I'm
fear.
gonna cast guidance on Brady.
I'm going to choose to use that guidance to dream about giant spiders. Actually, no. I'm going to use that dream to dream about goblins.
Okay, well, I'm going to bed. Good night, my compatriots.
All right. So, upon starting to take a rest, you all start to drift off into a deep, deep slumber.
I
For the first time in a new world where you have basically no idea what's going on around you. There's a strange ease at the sense of losing consciousness. And in the morning, you all wake up with a bit of a headache. Something doesn't seem like anything happened to you. You're all in the same positions, but something about just the manner of sleep did not flow very well. You don't take any points of exhaustion, but you feel exhausted upon waking.
Do we still hit the long rest button?
Yep.
I wake up before I actually am like up and alive and being part of the world again. Do I notice anything that I should be concerned about?
I just noticed something
None
I should
of
be
the
concerned
current
about. My HP just dropped from 60 to 34.
How did you have 60 HP?
I don't know. Good rolls.
How is that even possible?
We'll talk about that after the session, because there's definitely something that went wrong when creating the character. That happens.
Okay.
I've had it happen. Alright. So, what are you guys doing?
What time is it?
Let's head out.
It's, at this moment, you guys feel like you've slept in, but it's only about 11 a.m.
Oh, let's stop by the blacksmith.
Yep,
That's
right
what
back
I-
to the blacksmith.
So what did everyone dream about?
You.
My head
Just
hurts.
kidding, I would never do you.
This poor little gnome.
Bloody bunnies.
Too short for my taste.
Diplomacy.
You just like have this dream where you're sitting in a nice chair with someone else that looks just like you. Just like, yes, oh,
Wine.
oh.
Taxes. Oh.
Flat country.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Heading to the blacksmith.
All right. Okay, so
And I'm gonna rob him.
upon exiting your room, you immediately are met with a astute man wearing a very nice garb, waiting at with a pillow with a few candies on it. I'm so sorry. I meant to give these to you last night. These are compliments of the house. Okay. Lively ones.
Hungry?
Impeccably well dressed, sir.
I appreciate that, thank you. I shall take my leave now. And you see him, as he turns around, there's like a piece of toilet paper that's just like coming out of his hands.
Impeccably well
Ew.
dressed.
The man stinks.
I don't think he wiped well enough.
Definitely not. Anyway, to the blacksmith.
Alright.
That's gross.
After walking out of the establishment, you see the man that you spoke to last night. He's just kind of nervously waving as you guys are all leaving and puts his head down.
What was your name again?
Well, he said it was Dexter.
That's right.
No, that wasn't it. That
I'm
was
gonna do an
not
insight
it.
check.
Oh.
Dexter.
I thought it was Devlin.
I thought it was Darson.
I thought it was Dimitri. Who are you?
What?
Oh, 16.
Right. Sorry. There was just a little white lie. I'm Landon. I own here.
Did you think
Really
you would?
shouldn't lie to noblemen.
No.
Well, have a wonderful day. We'll send someone
I'm
to your
thinking
home.
that I'm thinking that since you lied and the service was so horrible, we should get a refund for this place. Or we could just go talk to Alexander, of course.
No. Absolutely, a reimbursement is more than due. Right.
And some extra.
What?
1 Ethereum each.
Do you have any family, by the way?
I have so little. If you don't mind taking a look around you, we are not exactly busy. Don't have a lot of funds. I'm sorry.
Do you have wine?
Maybe we should let you
But the refund
Do you
will
have
do.
wine?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay, I'll get you a bottle.
You don't need no refund. Cheerful Banjante. But a bottle of wine for him is fine.
I'll take his
Oh.
refund.
It's confusing.
I start walking away.
I'll
Like,
go
I
ahead
don't
and
even.
get that.
Top
runs
shelf.
back
Send that to
Very
Therian.
top shelf.
You hear
So much farther
as
than
he
you can
runs
reach.
back into the room that he was in previous night when he was sleeping. You hear, "Shut!" He grabs another.
2 bottles!
He runs out to. It's our finest wine currently.
And his refund to me, so.
This is the refund.
That's what was promised.
I don't know who he is.
I don't know who you are.
I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah, I'm already gone, Mike.
Alright.
I will never recommend this place to anyone ever. Goodbye, sir.
Did you get
We-
the refund?
We will Yelp
No,
destroy
because
you.
the fucking got wine, stupid.
He listened to the noble.
No, he listened to the gnome.
And the noble.
Well, I just said like give
The
him a bottle of
noble.
wine, we're good.
Yeah, he did say. That's why I went for that.
Right.
It was
and then
technically
give
the
him wine.
noble who did it. Alright, so you make your way back to the blacksmith.
Smithy.
Takes about a half hour to get there, but it's a nice walk. People are out in the big city enjoying their day as the liveliness of the town seems to be a little higher in spirits than it was previously. People seem to be slightly optimistic about their futures more than they were.
My head.
Can I do a perception check and see if like anyone is gossiping?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to do an investigation check on this candy that they handed us.
Who has the candy?
I ate the candy.
I grabbed mine.
You
I
ate
didn't
the
eat
candy.
it.
Because immediately when he had it
Well-
out there, I went,
It was
and then I ate it.
bundle on a pillow and she grabbed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I ate it.
It's 24.
All of it.
24.
Okay.
There's
That sounds like a bad plan.
there's almost
It's fine.
a
caffeine pills.
almost a glee that's unnatural in everyone. It seems there's more of a facade of glee and happiness going on, more than it's actually people excited.
I'm gonna talk to somebody
Okay.
on the way to the blacksmith. Just anyone I can find.
Okay. First person that you see is an elderly man in a strange garb. Seems to be of elven descent.
Okay. You sir,
Yes.
the livelihood here seems like an awful large change from yesterday.
Well, there's a mining town. A lot of opportunities. And, well, we're all very excited.
Can you
I obviously not gonna be well enough to join in their forces, but I'm very excited for the town.
Can you point us for towards a shop that sells any kind of healing potions?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, why
I got
not?
the
Let me
map right
consult my cell phone.
Ye old cell phone.
Ye old Verizon.
You're asking for
Yeah, Verizon too.
potions,
Good network
right?
it is.
We've got Horizon. We've got AT&T. We've got
Print.
just Sprint.
His cell phone's just a tiny whale.
Ye old inbred family mobile.
I have 3 belly buttons.
Okay.
Hence the inbred.
I should
Ew. 3 umbilical
3
cords.
times the nutrients in the womb.
That's why you look the way you look.
some Egyptian royalty crap.
Yeah, pretty bad.
By the way,
Toes not hands.
how well stocked is everyone for this upcoming journey?
Stocked in what way?
I could definitely use potions.
We're going to want potions. These roads
I
can
have
be
no
treacherous.
potions.
I have magic that's
some
offensive.
Ethereum
I don't
now.
have magic that's curative.
Can anyone use curative magic?
What?
No,
I can.
What magic?
sir,
Curative.
cannot.
I can
Yes,
but
I can.
once.
I can like
So,
5
like
times.
As potions go, I'm not sure we have a store with specific potions. I know about the Ashy Enchanter, but I don't know if they have that kind of good there. Perhaps it's worth checking out. My adventure endings are far past me.
All right. Good inbred, sir. Where can I find the Ashen Enchanter there?
It's a cultural saying. Don't compare.
Ah,
Oh, nice. Very, very non-derogatory.
right.
Yeah. It actually means happy.
All gnomes are born from the same woman.
So, it's actually right over there.
As you guys are literally on your way, you're about to pass it.
Ah.
Oh, right
sir,
there then.
sir, that's a pigsty.
No, that's Ashy Enchanter. I used to go there as a youngin'.
As a wee lad.
One day, healing potions used to cost a nickel.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk over
really
to
old
the
magic.
Ashen Enchanter and go inside.
I'll follow the gnome
Yeah.
Alright.
quite quickly
We're
since
all
he has
in there,
little legs.
probably.
I want to
So-
grab the gnome.
Immediately upon entering the Ashy Enchanter,
It's like kind of how Morgana runs.
just as you entered the strange city hall building and this beautiful embrace of architecture is immediately like embracing every sense you have. You can smell what smells like ozone in the air as there's
That's gross.
strange amenities of armor, weaponry, and potions strewn across the walls in this beautiful, massive stone room where even the floor seems to be made of marble. And there's a strange ogre-looking man who's currently sitting at the front desk with squinted eyes, and he's wearing a form of strange glasses that have two tinted lenses on both.
Alright.
Can we go up to the
Good.
oh, wait.
Do you want to go first or? How's it going?
I'm gonna go look at those potions.
We got customers! Customers! Oh, finally! So, adventurers, imagine, right?
Yeah, something along that sort. Good morning.
Good morning indeed. So, how can I help all of you?
What you got for healing potions?
Let's see.
Ye old invoice.
Seems I've got, probably about 6 or 7 minor health potions.
All right. How much gold, or I suppose currency per potion?
50 gold.
50
or
gold?
5 Ethereum.
5 Ethereum. I'll give you 3 copper for one of them. I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
For all of this.
How much are your health potions,
Give
sir?
us all of the cheapest
50.
pricing possible.
50 gold.
50.
What's the save?
Oh, wisdom 12.
Wisdom 12.
Oh crap.
You rolled low.
You rolled what?
Your
rolled
prices
low.
are too high.
You're a funny one.
And you're a large
Be
one.
more suggestive.
You even, that's interesting. I see what you did there, little one. You try it again and I'll report you.
Oh, I suppose Alexander would like to hear about that.
Oh, you're funny. Alright.
Well, Theodore, would you like to go?
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna straight up just leave to the blacksmith.
I'm gonna follow you. Yeah,
Alright.
too rich for my blood.
Enjoy getting your ass kicked by an orc.
Well, come
Ogre.
back anytime.
Ogre.
He's an ogre,
We
yeah.
need
I'm just
it.
gonna
These
say,
This is
before I
my
leave, I'm gonna walk
copper.
up to him and say, I want
3,
to make
actually.
candles out of that earwax.
You're gonna what?
As
I
you
wanna make
walk
candles
out,
out of that earwax.
you immediately hear, "That was cute."
Who is that
I knew
gorgeous
he'd
fish?
like it.
I'm mildly turned on.
Mildly.
Not mildly.
I'm fairly certain we've wandered into a world where
Anywho,
inflation is an
blacksmith
issue.
time.
All right.
We just need to make money.
You know, I carry this herbalism kit with me.
I
We
have
make
rope.
quite a bit of money selling potions.
We can make competition in this
I
area.
have a shovel.
Okay.
I don't have any mushrooms though.
Very.
How common are the mushrooms in this area?
I have no idea.
Why are you looking to?
Okay, so we
I
get
can
to the
make health
blacksmith.
potions with them.
So, you start traveling to the blacksmith. About another 20 minutes passes as you get there. Once you're there, you hear the very familiar.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh, come in. I got your gold right here.
You okay, sir?
Hey, yeah, I'm just been having a bit of a day. I did take about a coin's purchase out of it, just letting you know. It was a minor fee. We're doing the due diligence of it.
Your commission, I understand. You have to make money somehow.
Alright, so that's about 9 gold worth of a gold bar.
Beautiful.
Both of y'all. 9, you have the same, right?
Yeah,
No,
same.
I didn't have gold. I had
Just silver,
silver
copper.
and copper. I had
Okay.
12 copper and 3 silver.
So you took one of each.
One of each?
Yeah.
Oh, so he
Except
made me
for out
one
of the-
silver and then he took my silver?
Except for the silver. He's taking pity on you.
So he
Got
took one
one
copper.
silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot how little you were giving him.
He took half of it.
He's just like, here's your
Here's your silver. That'll be about silver.
Oh man. All right.
Is that gonna be all?
I just had one quick question. Everybody seems quite elated about the new mining town.
Yeah.
Do you believe it's going to be as successful as they say?
Depends if it's actually gonna be there or not.
What kind of proof do they have to get people so excited, so elated?
They came in charging with a bunch of new Ethereum. They're just screaming about how apparently it just appeared in the mines. I don't believe it. There's no way. We've cleared out that side of the mountain years and years ago.
So if it ends up being that there is no Ethereum, what will people be doing there?
Good question. A good question I don't like to ask, if I'm gonna be honest. Some folk prefer to not speak out, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what I know.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Not a problem. If you catch anyone running that direction, be sure to warn them. You don't know if that's really going on. I don't like it.
I'll do my due diligence. Sounds like a tiny little joker.
Well, is that going to be all for you guys?
That's everything. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Not a problem. Y'all have a good day.
As well.
Alright, let's head out towards
Living.
So, leaving the actual city behind, you can either take the northern exit, which on the map it'll show you there's the northern exit, which is through the peasant district, or you can exit through the southern exit, which is right next to where you guys are, and just go around the city.
Probably northern exit.
Yeah, northern's fine.
Okay. It takes about an hour to get all the way through, but there seems to be no issue getting through. Eventually you get to the point where you're passing through the peasant district, also known as the villa district. And there's definitely an ire of mistrust in the air as you're passing through, as people are all looking at very closely at the two of you mostly, and just keeping an eye out. Just
Black Plague.
staring out,
Black Plague.
waiting for any kind of moment. And right before you guys get to the exit, a group of 7 people walk out from behind a alleyway right before the exit and kind of just start walking towards you all about 15 feet from you, and they're walking your direction, you're walking right at them, and they're not moving.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Don't you dare.
What do you do?
Can I use my shield?
We don't know that they're attacking them.
Yeah, we don't.
Just people approaching us.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
I'm gonna ready suggestion just in case.
Okay. You have maybe 3 seconds before you start literally running into these people.
I'm ready.
So what are you doing?
Hi.
Theodore, are you in front?
Assuming so.
Alright.
I'm assuming I'm walking side by side.
Side by side? Who's behind?
I'm going to put a hand on my dagger. I'm not going to pull it out or anything, but it's
Alright.
there.
Where are you at?
I mean, I'm just ready suggestion.
Where are you?
Like, in the group. Where are you? Are
No,
you in front? Back?
I think I was just in the middle.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you.
I'm right behind her.
I'm a fighter, I'm up front.
Okay. So it's a bit of a weird arrow-looking thing, kind of formation.
I
Alright.
turn into a wolf.
You're gonna turn into a wolf right here in the middle of public? Just like that? Like, I'm literally just clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
There goes an Ethereum.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's okay.
We're going
I
to
just
a
want
place
them to
that
see
has
it.
video.
Poof. Just pull it out, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
so
can.
Team Jacob right now.
Wolves are pretty big.
Just remember, it uses an Ethereum.
Can I roll for intimidation just with my eyes, no vocals at all?
I'll say you give him advantage, because he's already basically trying to intimidate him.
Okay.
Yep.
So you roll, and I will roll.
What am I adding to this?
Your intimidation.
And
Intimidation.
can I be readying my great club?
I got advantage, so.
Yeah.
Can you what?
Readying
you
my
roll.
great club.
Yeah, you're just
Plus-
Yeah,
I'll give you that 3 seconds beforehand, yeah.
I am pulling mine out just to make sure when I'm
Yeah, like not like
like,
up or ready, but just
if
kind of
it's
like,
like over here, like
So
I have
mine's
my arms
19.
crossed, but it's
Yeah,
not
yours
like
is-
in my hand.
I'm like having mine by my side.
19 intimidation.
19. You watch as immediately after you turn into a wolf, and you see his form shift, and he almost like leaps forward as he lands on his all fours. The group of 7 immediately stops and separates and watches you all just walk forward.
Hell of a team. How long can you stay as a wolf?
an hour, I think.
Oh, cool. Get any advantages on like sniffers and stuff?
Yeah, I have keen perception. I have keen hearing and smell.
Ah, this will come in handy in the woods. Okay, so we continue our journey.
All right. So, once exiting the city, there's a guards. It's 2 sets of guards that are just sitting on both sides of the door, and they make note of you and go, "Are you that foreigner from the east?
Theodore Charles Albert.
It's a joke, right?
No,
There's no east.
there is.
Really?
Can we go through?
Yeah.
Just had audience with Alexander, and I'm
God.
assuming he gave you his.
Oh yes, of course. I just figured you would found a way to.
Doesn't it sound strange, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well,
Oh, I'm not doing it. So
looking forward to seeing you all again.
All right. Yeah. Yes.
mentally deceive
You have a good trip. Where are you heading?
Probably up to the town of
Living.
Oh, Belmare.
Belnair?
Belmare.
Belnair? Up to the town of Belnair.
Okay.
It's a 3-day travel. Are you going on foot?
Is there a better
We
way?
have no other option.
All right. Well, good luck to you all.
No, we'll be fine.
Before we leave, what should we be on the lookout for, monster-wise? Any kind of creatures?
Well, if you're heading north towards Panamera, I'd be very wary about spider bears. And, well, there's plenty of things to be wary about in the woods. But down here in Thurslion's eastern side, it's mostly tame, I suppose. As long as you're steering very far away from the mountains.
Do they have any horses? The guards?
No, they're all standing with spears, just standing there waiting.
No other like transportation modes around them.
Not currently. There does seem to be a cart heading this direction, but it doesn't seem to be related to them.
Just ask the guard, can I have your speed?
Ah. I think we'll wait a moment for the cart to come by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After a few seconds of you guys just standing there, the guard goes, "So are you going to go?
Well, I mean, if we can catch a ride with somebody, wouldn't it make more sense?
You're gonna wait for a cart to just show up and whisk you off your feet."
Well, we just start walking.
This isn't,
and then just
what
see
was
if
it?
There's a cart passing by. And catch a ride.
Thakrin?
Thakrin.
Thakrin, right.
Your memory's impeccable.
Ah, yes.
Appreciate you.
It's not how it works. I'm afraid if you're going to be needing a cart ride, you can't be hassling our people.
Hustling, I intend to pay them.
Ah, well, if that's the case, you can always order a cart.
Orders. Where at? And how much?
Well, it's on the southern side of the city, but,
Let's just walk.
Let's just. No, we'll be fine.
alright, suit yourself.
Don't know why he's hassling.
Well, you about to hassle one of our citizens.
Hey. If he's heading that way already.
He's heading this way.
Ah, damn it! I misjudged. We start walking. We're good.
Just
I thought he
end
was
the
heading
conversation right
through
there.
the fucking like town
Alright.
towards
You
the
guys,
city.
as you pass by the cart, you kind of separate out so the cart can keep going on the main road pathway.
If it costs
And,
50 gold pieces for a help version, you can guarantee this probably costs 200 gold pieces for a cart ride.
As you pass by, you take note and wave at the guy in the cart. And once he gets to the guard, you guys roll a perception check for me.
All of us?
Whoever wants to take lead on that.
I can do it.
I will.
You have a high perception.
I have high perception.
Me too.
How much?
+6.
We wouldn't know that.
Oh,
We wouldn't
yeah.
know.
True.
That's fair. Yeah. Ooh, 15 plus 7.
Nice.
So 22.
About 100 feet from the guard, as you're walking through, you kind of peer backwards and you see the guard start to laugh and point in your direction as he's talking to the guy in the cart. But that's pretty much all you can perceive.
I don't like that guy.
Alright,
Probably hates royals too.
so you're heading towards Belmare.
all I've done.
It is a 3 days travel and you started pretty early in the day. So everybody please make a nature check. We'll even out the score.
$18.
21.
16.
22.
13.
13.
And with your knowledge, you get an advantage, but it doesn't matter. You gotta roll.
I got a 19. So. 19.
Hey!
Nice. So, making your way through, you take note of certain plant life that you've never seen before in your travels in your original world.
And animals?
It doesn't seem to be very lively when it comes to animals. There seems to be a diverse amount of foliage, but when it comes to the
activity of creatures, there's not much to go around. You've seen a few little woodland creatures that you might have been bunnies. You're not exactly sure, but they scurried off before you got a chance to really get a look at them. The forests around here are very thick and hard to see into. But what you could make out, you do notice some poisonous plants that, because of your high checks, you know to steer away from and not let touch your skin. Out of fear of it being very much like poisonous plants from back home. About a day's travel goes by. Nothing seems to go wrong too far. You guys can make camp on the path or in the forest.
I would assume in the forest.
West or east?
Probably east, farther away from the mountains, right? Like, I mean, this
farther away.
is up to debate.
I guess we could do it like on the entrance to the forest, like just inside. It's still close to the path.
Fortunately, there's actually a little bit of a break off right here, where there's an empty plain field, and just next to it there's a small field that's surrounded by trees.
Alright, that sounds good to me.
Perfect.
Alright, we make camp.
Alright. So, who wants to take lead in making camp?
Am I still? I'm not a wolf
I mean,
anymore.
I'm a wanderer anyway. I might as well do it.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a roll, nature check. See how well you do.
It's 10.
Takes you a minute. Getting supplies out and getting things ready, you stumble a little bit and forget what you were doing.
It's really little.
There's a moment of hesitation before trying to start a fire as you're worried about the process taking too much sticks because you keep going through sticks trying to get the fire to start. About 2 hours later, you have a fireplace, you have your tents put up, you have a pretty well set up camp.
Alright. Are we doing watches in the night or no?
Of course we are. We must.
Let's take first shift.
Oh, that would be me.
Alright. I'm gonna immediately go to sleep then.
I'll take second shift.
Okay.
Who has dark vision?
Me.
I do.
I got some too.
Actually, him having
Pretty sure
night
that
watch would
you
be
have
very
dark
good. You
vision
can
as
turn
well.
into a squirrel and just walk around.
Yeah, but I use it during every time I do it.
Yeah, that's right. Youch.
Yeah, screw that.
Alright, so who's taking first watch? You are? Okay. So, as everybody else starts to fall asleep in their tents, gathered whatever they needed for the night, if you have any rations, please take one ration off.
We are
Are
hard
we using rations this time?
Yes, we are.
Food.
We're gonna run out of food.
So, I need you to roll a perception check.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a 24.
Alright.
Or sorry, 23.
So, the first hour of the night, as the sun has gone down and your friends have gone to sleep, it seems to go fairly well. Doesn't seem to be too many noises happening or really too much foliage moving around. Seems to go pretty well.
For the first hour.
Yeah. So, your shift comes to an end as you see nothing going on.
We're only taking shifts of an hour.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what
Six
normally
of
would
us.
happen unless you guys decide on something else.
There's 6 of us and 6 hours of sleep.
That's what I was thinking.
Fair enough.
I'll go next.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I thought it was my shift now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, did you say that already?
I thought
Yeah,
so.
you did. Don said
Oh,
hit
did
for
you?
a second.
Okay.
Alright, I'll go after.
What am I rolling for?
Perception.
I'll just do passive 17.
I'll go fourth.
Passive 17. Okay.
Here, you said you said.
There's an eerie
Well,
sense
yeah,
of
okay.
being watched. and you're not exactly sure what it is. But there doesn't seem to be any movement in the forest. You haven't heard a cart go by. You're not too far off from the path to be able to not be able to hear anything. But you do hear some noises. After about a half hour. Strange, like, woodland creature noises, possibly? It's hard to make out.
Woodland critter Christmas.
The perks of rolling for perception is you might get higher than that, and might be able to make out things better.
That's fair.
So, about another half hour goes by. Nothing of substance seems to happen. But you do have a sense of worry that maybe something's watching.
Okay.
Do you stay up for another hour, or
Or another half hour, you mean?
depends on what you guys are doing?
I'm going to take over once you're done with your hour.
Okay, I'll just relay the information. I feel like something's out there. I don't know what.
Maybe some animal.
Possibly.
Spider bears.
Sounds odd. Just stay on guard.
Are they spiders the size of bears or bears the size of spiders?
They're literally spider bears.
Just tiny little bears.
Swarms of them.
My
Okay.
God.
All right.
I have a passive 21 perception.
Oh
my-
shit! How?
Okay.
You take over perception. Jesus Christ.
My perception plus is 6, so you wouldn't know that.
Oh, did you already roll them? Or
Oh, no, he's
That says
just
21.
he's just taking his passive apparently.
My passive is 21. It's
That is
better than what I'll roll most likely.
nuts.
Right?
Maybe.
Is that okay to do?
Yeah, I mean if you want to.
Pretty
Absolutely.
much
cool with me.
perfect every
Yeah.
time.
You just
like-
don't take the advantage of like, oh, maybe I got even higher,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is very likely to be a good situation sometimes. But with 21, you're more
And
often.
this time I'm okay with taking that.
Okay.
There's a lot of noise starts happening about 10 minutes into your shift, where it feels like there's movement around you, but you're not sure if it's something moving around you in the forest or if it's just your mind playing tricks on you. But you do hear the sound of a wolf howling in the distance.
Become a wolf. Commune with them. Breed with their women.
Can also speak with them.
Why do I feel like that's something that his character would actually do?
I'm going to remain calm and keep observing the
Okay.
situation.
Another 20 minutes pass. The noises have gotten quieter over time before there's a sudden movement in a bush about a yard away from you. And then silence.
I'm going to take a pick. Is there any rocks around me?
Yeah, I'd say you can find a rock pretty easily.
Cool, I'm going to pick up a rock and just check it in the bush.
Okay.
Roll for strength, nat 1, you hit Zen in the face.
There's a sudden squeal before a scurrying sound happens, and the bushes from that point forward almost all seem to start rustling, but the closest one to you stops, and it seems like everything that was in those bushes started to run away.
And let out a wolf howl. My own.
All right. Are you
But it
trying to
sounds-
intimidate the forest?
Intimidate anything that's around me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Go
a
ahead and roll an
realistic
intimidation
wolf
check.
howl because I know wolves very well.
Yeah.
Please roll 1.
Wolves
Don't.
are my friends.
Roll one.
11. 2
12.
Okay.
The mating
still not a bad
call. The mating call.
It's not a great roll, but it's not a bad roll. It doesn't seem like there was much of an effect, but there's you feel a little bit more at ease, I suppose.
Mm.
Another 20 minutes pass. Another 10 minutes pass. It's been an hour now, and it seems okay. You could possibly awaken one of your friends.
I found the wolf.
I'm gonna stay up for another 10 minutes.
Okay. Nothing seems to go right. Seems okay for another 10 minutes. The noises have started to come back, but nowhere near as loud as they were.
Is that the end of his watch?
If that's what he wants. He has to wake someone up for it to be end.
I'm gonna awaken Belton.
It was his shift next.
It was?
Yeah.
Did we didn't
Yeah.
discuss this
No, I
before.
said
He's
back and
good.
forth.
Oh, okay.
Little homeboy.
So,
Alright, I'm gonna awaken Kyron
Yeah, I'll take the watch.
and let him know. It's a weird feeling out tonight. Strange noises. You know, I'm sure. I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
But into deep meditation. Then I'll sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna start the watch on my end, and
Perception time, bro.
perception.
Yep. Go ahead and roll perception.
Plus 2, I believe.
You have a perception of 2.
I do too.
Yeah, it's 2. So 14.
Okay. You find yourself trying to keep an eye out for everything around you. There's a strange scent in the air after about 20 minutes. It's like copper. It's very familiar yet odd and unfamiliar at the same time. Trying to place it, can't think of where that smell is coming from, but it's definitely not natural. At least not supposed to be.
Can I do what Grant did and try and intimidate the forest?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna fart really loud.
At disadvantage.
Light your fart on fire.
At disadvantage, you shit yourself.
Disadvantage.
My
If you
dang
roll a nat
rations
one-
were bad.
Jeez. Guys, help.
Disadvantage. Fuck. Okay.
His rations were beans.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good one for a
alright,
first.
Alright, okay. Yeah, it's not terrible.
Plus intimidate. So 12.
You didn't shit
Seems
yourself.
intimidation.
There wasn't much of a response from the forest, but you can't tell whether they took it seriously or not.
You certainly relieved yourself.
Get rid of the smell.
A wolf
We're
howl
a
and then a
worse
fart.
smell.
Uh-oh.
You hear one of your friends, "Shut up!"
Oh, what's that smell?
I'm
You call that a
gonna
fart?
give it another 10 minutes then.
So that would make it 40 minutes so far.
Just go wake
There's
somebody
a
up.
Not at your time yet.
there's a silence that comes across the forest before a rustling in a bush not too far away from you. It seems peaceful, but you can't really tell.
Alright.
I think that was the.
There's a feeling of unease that comes over you after the next 10 minutes. Your hour is now up, but it's up to you if you want to wake your friends up.
I'm gonna wake someone up for the next watch, but before I do that, I'll just cast a few cantrips.
Okay.
A few?
Yeah, I
got
got
plenty
a
of
poison
time.
spray. Can I just spray some of the areas around to kind of almost make traps?
I suppose you can try. So as you spray around the area, there's a hint of poison that you can definitely smell coming off of the ground. So if something were to lick the ground,
Ah.
they'd be poisoned.
Alright, well,
My battle mantra.
who wants
Do you
next
have to use
watch?
Ethereum for
Celia or
cantrips?
Meg?
He does. Yeah, everybody does.
Okay.
What
I'm-
time are we at?
It's probably like
Pretty close.
This is the 5th shift, right?
Yeah,
So
four.
5 hours
Four
in
shift.
right after
But I did
sunset,
70 minutes, so it's a little.
So we're about we're at 4 hours and 10 minutes.
I'm gonna wake up. What's her name?
Open.
I'm gonna wake up Belfin and just be like, "Hey, I think something's out there. Just keep your eyes out.
Okay.
All right.
Also, don't lick the ground."
Oh my god, 4 perception?
4 perception.
Plus
Yeah.
what?
What's
That's
your
it, it's
passive?
4.
It's 2
12.
plus 2.
12. Okay. There's not much to make note of at first. About 30 minutes go by with a little bit of a leisurely look to everything, not really paying much mind, just kind of listening and thinking. You think a lot. You find yourself distracted by your own thoughts before there's a sudden bang. Terrible. And you look to where the noise came from, and you see a tree has just fallen over. None of your friends have woken up from the noise, but it was loud, and there wasn't any movement from the trees around afterwards. Nothing was stirred up.
You're heavy ass sleepers.
It was strange.
I'm just gonna leave it be then until I hear something else.
Okay. Because there was a sudden jolt, I'll allow you to roll perception again.
20.
Duh.
Not
A lot more aware since you suddenly had a shot of adrenaline. There's a lot of noise, but it's really quiet. And it seems to be coming from the bushes surrounding this plain where you're at right now. This empty field. All the bushes around have almost all started to buzz with a little tiny bit of noise. What do you do?
I'm just gonna leave it.
A half hour passes. Now it's been an hour. Do you wake up your friends? Do you continue to watch?
I can continue to watch for like 10 more minutes.
Okay. So now it's been 5 hours and 20 minutes. Nothing seems to be going awry, but the noises in the bushes have yet to cease. You wake up your friend? Alright, who's next?
Maggie's last one.
Zimri.
I just tell you that there's buzzing in the bushes, there's noise, and it's been consistent the whole time I've been watching. But nothing. A tree fell. Didn't check it out. Just kind of left it. Do what you will with that. Good night.
Yeah, that was half an hour ago. So-
That was at the beginning of my watch.
As you're speaking to her, the noises in the bushes start to almost get a tiny bit louder. But the moment you're done, it quiets back down, and that's when you notice it.
She knows that get louder
Can
and
I
louder.
do I recognize any of those as like animal
You haven't
noises?
noticed it.
Oh.
Just her. You're still groggy from waking up from.
I'm gonna tell you, when I spoke to you, the noises in the bushes got louder, and then when I stopped speaking to you, it got quieter again. So just,
It's scary out
I don't know what's happening, but we're almost through the night.
Underwater, we don't hear stuff like this.
Alright, so go ahead and roll perception if you're rolling.
That one. She puts her bark headphones in and proceeds to listen to the sound of her own mind.
14 plus 6.
14 plus 6.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay. There's a moment of realization that the noises in the bushes have started to get louder as you woke up, and you start to realize that there's definitely something in the bushes. You're not exactly sure what it is, but every once in a while you can see a glimmer of light coming from one of the bushes, and then another, and then another, and then another. It's hard to make out, but you feel like you're being watched by something. Maybe a lot of things. Are you doing anything?
Not yet. I'm reading to see if I can do something. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds.
Go fight it.
I
Give him the old razzle dazzle.
going as far as on the ground around me. Is there any like sticks, like longer sticks, or
There's
anything?
within the plain where you guys are at, and you're in the middle of the field, so it's a bit far away from all the trees. There's not many sticks to go around. There's some rocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it at the bush.
Okay. Which direction? North or south?
Which one do I see the most like glimmering out of the bushes?
It's kind of hard to tell.
Where did I first notice it then?
North.
I'm gonna throw it that way then.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check. Because you're throwing it about 70 feet.
Oh shit. Is there anything closer? Or are they all
You're in the
about
middle.
that? So they're all
Surrounded by
about
a
70.
field and then bushes and trees.
It's quite a feat.
Okay.
Unless you want to walk up to it.
Athletics, so it's like around 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll try that.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you didn't. It's
Oh.
not great anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for 12.
It flies for a second, but it makes it maybe 30 feet before it drops and hits the ground. And
Was there any
there's a
ruckus?
little bit of movement, but it just gets louder for a second and then quiets back down to the same level.
I'm gonna walk up to where that rock landed now.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick it up and throw it again.
Okay. You're like that kid that kicks the rock. Ah,
Basically.
it didn't go right. I gotta kick it again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going for.
You
Oh,
kicked
you want me
rocks
to roll
before?
again for this?
Of course.
Fair enough.
That's a 14.
It's
Hey,
better,
that's
but
better. Goes about 35 feet.
still hasn't made
5 feet.
5
from
feet
the
out.
Yep, it's about 5 feet from the actual bush. But the moment it lands next to the bush, there's a scurry of motion, and some of the lights seem to immediately brighten and dim back down, and you see motion going out towards the forest in the northern direction.
But I didn't see what it was.
It's hard to make out, even with a 21.
You have dark vision.
I'm going to turn around and I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals. Do I need to do another Arcana for that, or?
You've already succeeded, so
Yeah.
no.
Okay, well, I'm doing
That's
that
good.
then.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. That would suck.
Just catch that.
This will take some- Oop, okay.
Hi, new Celia.
I'm waiting for the time someone makes a nat 1 on an Arcana check to use Ethereum. I hope someone does.
Ooh, that
Oh,
sounds
God.
fun.
Why do I feel like it's gonna be me?
You know,
Oh, crack.
that would probably explode on you.
I'm gonna cast this
Dead
and
character.
walk a little bit closer. Wait, did that one run away?
It looks like whatever was in those bushes just booked it in the northern area where you're the closest to.
Okay, I'm gonna start walking back but facing towards the western side. There was someone there too, yeah?
Not as many. It seems there's since the forest kind of ends almost abruptly as it starts,
Okay, so would the eastern be better then, since it's not towards the mountains? Or like...
Up to you.
Just trying to think of where I'm at. And what I've seen most on what side?
You're right here.
Yes.
The forest to the east is a little bit thicker, but the forest to the west
Is
is
kind of
very
just...
thin for a
yeah.
moment, unless you travel west and south.
Okay, well then on my way back I will turn to the little rice in the bushes in the east.
Okay.
And...
Throw another rock.
No, I cast the thing so I can try to speak to them. Well, I'm gonna throw another rock. And then I'm gonna see if they do anything, and if not, I'm just gonna say, like, show yourself. Bush
Okay.
lights.
Is there any role for speak with animals? I don't think there is, but I just want to make sure.
No.
Okay. There's a silence, and even the noises from the bushes seems to completely go silent for a moment before a sudden
Kitties!
light, literally just light, a tiny little bee flies up and flies just up to you, and you can slightly make out the figure of a human before it suddenly tries to bite your cheek.
Oh, no, I'm gonna, like,
That's a 22 versus your armor class.
well, fuck. It bit me.
Ouch!
Fuck off, Tinkerbell. Oh, should we hold off on cursing?
We've been cursing quite a bit.
No, I'm just...
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Curse up a storm.
It's the pirate fairy.
You take 3 points of piercing damage,
So,
and you suddenly feel very tired.
so...
How far into her shift is this?
It's like 10 minutes.
Oh, God.
Hi, Sinbon.
Oh, my
She's an explorer.
She's a good cat.
Love the hell out of that little girl.
Such a good kitty.
She's a Walmart rescue.
Yep.
I had no idea until Mackie told me that it was the
That's
same
so
cat
cool.
from the pallets. That's so
Fitting.
fucking
4
cool.
of us used to work at Walmart. I'd want to be rescued from there, too.
True.
I spend most of my time around those pallets anyway.
So, somewhere,
Or pallets in general.
I don't know anything,
Oh, yeah?
but I don't know where.
Grand. You have to wake him up.
After the strange creature bit you, it started to fly back into the bush.
Resistance to all damage except for psychic damage. So that you said 3?
Yep.
So only take 1 and we round down, round up.
Well, round down. So, yeah, you take 1 damage.
You're still feeling sleepy. That's a really good fucking...
She got a little bee sting.
Do you have any resistances other than damage? Like, Okay, alright.
I don't think so.
Okay. No condition bonuses or anything like that, then you suddenly feel tired. It doesn't seem like you could just pass out right now, but tired is the right word for it.
Okay. Could I have... Since it bit me, was that an attack? Could I have went through and tried to not?
Well,
Like, out of just curiosity on that?
it was an attack, but at the time it was surprising, and I would say you were caught off guard too long to be able to do a reaction.
Okay.
What about when it's leaving her vicinity, though?
It's like an opportunity.
I'll go ahead and give it to you if you want, but thematically I don't see it working out that way because of the surprise.
Just an arm slap.
Well, I'm gonna try to make my way back to my people.
Okay.
Do I get that far?
Yeah, you get back to the camp and you sit down. feeling a bit dazed, but you're awake.
Theo,
Dude, where's my
what's the
car?
problem?
Are you waking me up?
Yes.
What happened?
Tiny little white thing bit me, and I'm tired.
I take over her shift.
So, at this point, you start to realize how much 8 hours is definitely needed, and the whole 6 hours is probably not gonna pan out without some exhaustion.
So I'll take my shift for 30 minutes and then call upon somebody else.
Okay.
Do I do a perception?
Yeah.
Do you see the bush lights?
Oh, sorry.
I was waiting for just
Okay.
making sure
Oh,
that
okay.
was all
Yes.
panned out.
I did, as I'm like casually just like passing the fuck out.
The fuck
It's-
happened
it's
to
the
you?
bush lights.
The bush lights?
I tried to talk to him and they bit me.
The bush lights bit you.
That's the most ridiculous sentence.
Get
I've ever heard
some
in my
sleep,
life.
Zim.
I'm gonna
You
put
had a
dog
big
check
day, didn't you? I just let her go to bed.
Fair enough.
If that's all, I let you go to bed.
Yeah. That's all
The
I
bush
got.
lights.
The bush lights bit me.
That's what they were.
Hashtag the bush lights bit me.
Bush lights bit me.
Get it trending.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
dirty 20.
Wow.
Just bush lights.
While staring out at the bushes, kind of weary about the idea of what you were told,
The bitey bush lights.
you find yourself noticing the lights flicker on and off, and sometimes almost appearing as though they're getting closer to you at times, just to run back to the bushes. And then, for about a half hour, it seems like they stop making noise altogether for a moment. But as soon as it feels like a half hour is over, there's a buzzy noise starts to happen again throughout the forest.
Oh, sweet, wake somebody else up.
Okay, so I wake up my orc friend.
Alright.
Get up.
Oh.
Why? You like killing stuff, right?
What you got?
Okay, it sounds like a drug trip, but there's something out there.
I figured. What are we
She was
doing?
only... From what she told me, there are something in the bushes that bite. You
There
can
are
tell by
many things
the
that
wound on her face. I'm assuming I
And the
noticed
sleeve's
that.
still just pointing
Yeah.
at me.
Yeah,
gently.
if it took one damage, it definitely is bleeding.
She's asleep currently, by the way.
That's a mole.
She passed out really quick. Make sure that you are on guard. If anything happens, beat your shield as hard as you can.
Thunderwave?
No, just wake us up. I mean, or you could, I guess, but like that'll
That'll definitely
You-
wake us
alright,
all
can-
up.
you know what? Just do your thing. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Wait. Did she say specifically what bit her?
No, she was kind of the bush lights bit her.
The bush lights bit her.
I know. Anyway,
At this
Is she
point, by the way,
awake?
it has been 6 hours with the extra allotted 10 minutes on those certain shifts. So you are starting after 6 hours have passed. So just letting you know.
Oh, that's all good.
But you still need another 2 hours of sleep.
cool.
Need.
Good night.
Yeah.
Recommended.
Unless your species says otherwise. You need 8 hours.
Mine does.
No, I'm human and
Yep.
I get along fine with just 6. In real life.
In real life, but not in this life.
Fair enough.
Okay, bye.
Cool thing about... I'll go into that later. Actually, never mind.
Actually, I'd like to hear that. Alright, perception check, right?
Yep. Every time.
What's your passive?
No, it's actually decent. It's 19 total.
Oh, okay.
If I got a
How long are you going to be up?
When's the sun about to rise?
Maybe 4 hours from now.
How the fuck
It's
long?
only been 6 hours. We went to bed at like
10.
dusk.
Oh, that makes sense. My dumbass stays up until about 4 in the morning. And the sun rises 2 hours later.
Could I assume
It's
that
about
I'm
4 in the
fully
morning.
rested?
To what?
Could we assume that I'm fully rested?
You spent
Who's
an hour
meditating?
awake, so you are only on 5 hours currently.
Yeah, but I only
Only
need 4.
You only need 4? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you were fully rested at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, you can say that at this point you arose and started wandering.
Let's do a double watch.
I'll just chill with them.
Okay.
I'm awake now.
What's up, Boris? So, we might need your professional opinion. You spent time in the woods, right?
Not in these woods.
In woods in general.
Yes, very much.
Thank you.
Our friend Zim had an experience, apparently, and I might be completely getting it wrong here, but
Lesbian! Oh god.
I tried. What?
I tried to sneeze or like bust myself before I sneezed and it didn't work.
Bless.
It never works. I can't do it. Like I can bless myself while I sneeze.
You used to always bless yourself.
No, at the
Beyond the
same
book.
time.
Okay.
Could
Whereas-
see the other
so-
camera.
Zim got bitten by something she tried to talk to in the bushes. Woke up Mr. Albert and apparently relayed the information the lights in the bushes that bite. The bush lights that bite.
Can I do some sort of history check or nature check to see if I know of any lights in the darkness of the forest that bite?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do a.
Anything similar in our world?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You can do an
Nature?
history check.
History?
There's
Hey,
also,
you can choose history or nature.
I'll do nature.
there's also stuff that apparently is buzzing.
That's 19 nature check.
19.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much in the way of biting creatures like that, but it sounds like fairies in a sense. Not the type that you're usually aware of, but
Because
something
fairies
about
don't
them.
typically attack like that.
Oh no, they do.
Oh, they do.
Just not.
There's evil.
Just not in the way that it was described.
Hmm.
And they, from what you know, which is not a lot with that roll, they usually are afraid of people more than they'll attack. They'll keep to their own. But they also are very attuned to hating anything of evil, even though themselves could be considered evil.
Okay.
Projection.
Well, I've heard of lights in the forest before and seen them myself. And it seems there could be some sort of fairy. But fairies don't typically act of this nature.
Fairies.
Possibly. I didn't see the lights. I heard rustling in the bushes when I was taking my shift.
Also on that note, after she got bitten, she was apparently sleepy.
Sounds like the work of the fairy to me.
What would they do if you fell asleep by yourself?
They could possibly take you. They could possibly even eat you.
It's a big ass meal for something so small. It's the size of a bug, apparently.
It isn't just one.
Bring it on!
Alright, so you wait about 20 minutes. Nothing seems to go awry. There's a deafening buzzing noise that comes from the bushes that seems to get louder as time progresses, but as the 20 minutes go by, there's a sudden stop in all the noise.
I don't think our weapons are going to be much use against these foes.
Possibly not. We shall see.
Got my thunder wave.
If you wish to disrupt the whole forest.
Will definitely scare them away.
I'm going to continue waiting.
Okay. Another 40 minutes pass. Empty silence throughout the entire forest. Not a sound to be heard. Not even the bushes being grazed upon, nothing.
No, I was hoping for a spider bear.
The wind seems to have chilled to a calm. There's no noise at all. It seems whatever is out there is either waiting or is gone.
I'm going to walk up to the bushes.
I'm gonna pee on the bushes.
And I want to investigate the bushes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
Are you doing this stealthily too?
Yeah, I'm moving quietly up to the bushes.
Okay.
Slowly.
So go roll stealth first, and then we'll roll investigation if you stealth correctly.
Okay. 17 stealth.
Okay.
And I also have a passive investigation of 20.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do that for now.
20? God damn, dude. How did you
It's
roll
good.
so high on that?
Okay. So you look through the bush, and at times you could swear you see these little black dots that are just seemingly sitting on some of the twigs, but you don't see any lights per se, just these little tiny black ember-like dots.
While I'm at the bushes, I'm gonna grab some twigs.
Okay.
Like a decent amount of just little twigs.
The moment you reach in to grab a twig or two, there's an immediate sense of biting all around your hands.
Ow!
So that's a 17 and a 2. A 23 and a 13.
2 of them hit.
And a 12 and a 12.
Neither of those hit.
No.
Where
So
on your
4,
on your hands.
6 points
No, it's my own class.
of
Piercing damage.
of piercing
Or
damage.
something?
6.
And there's a sense of tiredness that suddenly comes over you.
Is it a charm?
Are you resistant against charms?
I have advantage against being charmed.
It is not a charm.
And magic can't put me to sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel like there's something trying to push its will onto you, but it doesn't seem to hold. But the bite did hurt.
Yeah, my hands hurt. Did I get any twigs?
Yeah, you got a few. And a few black spots all of a sudden brighten up and jump into the bushes.
Can I catch one?
Go ahead and roll a acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Yep, because he's gonna.
Might be athletics.
That would be strength.
Well, I suck.
Oh,
I
God.
definitely missed them.
That's a nat 1.
They're agile as hell too. So yeah.
Just.
All right.
So I missed it.
Yep.
And got my twigs. I'm gonna back away.
You've been up for an hour.
Go to bed, my friend. I've got this. And I'm like backing away as my hands
What
are
happened
like
to your
throbbing.
hands?
There was some sort of entity. Many of them.
You're aware your hands turned green.
They were always green.
Just notice.
I'm just like backing away.
Alright, yeah, fairies, not interested. I'm going to bed. My bad.
This is different than fairies,
It's good.
What?
as far as I know. and I'm back closer to camp. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Curious, what the hell did you mean? These aren't fairies.
Go get rest. We'll talk about this more.
You got it.
Plunk.
All right. So you're just gonna take the final watch?
I think so. I'm already fully rested, so
Yeah. It only makes sense.
everybody else needs to rest.
Okay. For the first hour of the next bit of the watch, there's a lot of rustling, and then no rustling, and then
Okay.
a lot of rustling, and then no rustling. It seems there's a strange anxiety, like emotion, that seems to be rampant throughout these creatures, whatever they are. Then another hour passes. Seems everything is fine. And it feels safe to wake everyone up.
While I was doing that, I'm just going to be sharpening those twigs that I gathered.
Okay. You
Sharpening
come
twigs.
to first as
Oh, good again.
you feel yourself wake, but you're still tired. It's strange. And for some reason, you don't feel like you've really rested. So, unfortunately, you take a point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
You take a point of
Damage.
exhaustion.
So, let's see.
What does exhaustion do?
It gives you disadvantage on some things, doesn't it?
Yeah, first level of exhaustion, disadvantage on all ability checks. Second level, speed is halved. Four levels is disadvantage on attacks and saving rolls. 5 levels of exhaustion is hit point maximum halved.
Ooh.
And 6 is immediate death.
God.
How long does that take to fucking go away?
1 level of exhaustion is, any level of exhaustion goes away if you sleep for 8 hours.
Okay.
Long rest, basically.
A long rest. But if you don't sleep for 6 days, you die.
I didn't know you could die by not sleeping.
It's just reading.
Cool.
Alright, so you find yourself waking up, and yet you're exhausted. And by the time you're waking up, you start to notice everyone else is starting to come to as well. So, what do you guys do?
My friends, these forests, they contain beasts. They contain things I've never seen before. They're not
Anything
safe.
Specific or
All I knew is that they are bitey bushes.
bitey?
Well, do you know of these
You got
bush creatures?
I got bit.
Can I do a nature check or wisdom check?
You got bit like
Yeah,
6
absolutely.
times.
Is it wisdom or nature?
You can choose nature or
Apparently he thinks they're
history.
fairies.
Okay.
Does it line up?
I don't know. They're not exactly in textbooks.
That's fair.
We don't exactly have Peter Pan in this.
Anybody knows it'd be the new.
That's 11 now.
11. Unfortunately, you've never heard of these things.
Sorry about that. I got nothing.
Well,
Can I consult
as
my
far as the
sword?
lights
Learnings?
from Zimri,
Unfortunately, there's been enough of
the
the
lights
actual
that Zimri
trauma.
experienced that bit her, they bit me as well. I investigated the bushes and saw small black dots crawling throughout these bushes, almost spider-like. Is that a good description?
Well, more of just like soot-like black spots. Like from.
They are little bears.
Or like,
Just tiny bears.
They're flying little light up
So
bears.
or like the little soot things from that one movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
The-
Makura Kurosuke?
Eh?
No, the little spirited away.
Spirited
guy.
Away.
That's what they're called.
Yeah, like those little.
Oh.
Dust
Very,
spirits.
very tiny.
Makura Kurosuke.
That's what you saw.
The dust spirits from Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro.
It's the best way to at least see them. And from
Little
Totoro,
black
yeah.
balls.
Oh, the
eyes.
dust spirit or the coal
Little
spirits?
coal
Mhm.
things.
Dust spirits.
That's at least the best definition you could get for it.
So I explained kind of that.
They're scared away by laughter.
And they bit me. And I think that we should be careful sleeping in this forest. They also have some sort of sleeping spell, which tried to have an effect on me. Wasn't able to.
Must be nice.
Are you exhausted?
I'm so tired.
I can tell. You might need more rest.
I do.
Further travels, we should plan for better ways of coping with this forest.
I would agree.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Falling back asleep standing there.
No, I mean, is it just
I'm
is it
going
just her
to.
who's suffering from exhaustion?
Yeah, just her.
Okay, I'd say we stay here for like another 2 hours to get her exhaustion point off. With
It's
her.
not gonna happen unless she sleeps.
She has to
for
sleep
straight.
for another 8 hours.
You could always travel through the woods at night.
That sounds dangerous.
Sounds really dangerous.
I think we should go.
Yeah, once we get to the next town, we'll be able to fix this.
Okay,
Let's head up then.
we keep
Right.
going.
So, you pack up your camp, you start to walk out of the forest towards the track. When all of a sudden, just as you're about to pass through the bush, there's a swarm of these tiny lights that just immediately
Bush
embarks
lights.
upon all of you.
The bush
Yeah.
lights.
We'll come back to
No.
an encounter with these bush lights next episode.
The bitey bushes.
Shoot.
So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please do me a favor. Go check out World Anvil. They're awesome. They're the entire reason I'm capable of doing all of this. And yeah, watch our next episode too. I was planning on doing a live stream, but we're still not certain on the schedule just yet. So the next one will also just be an uploaded video. But the one after that hopefully will be a live stream. So we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Love ya.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And click.
Beautiful.